Then again, you're unemployed, Hobbit, so suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah, well, this is really...
The music's starting now.
And it caused...
The music's starting, and the whole audience have heard me being mean to Hobbit.
Every week, Hemi, against my will, makes me talk to you guys for 2 hours straight.
I know.
It's so hard. I've got to put the headphones on as well. Oh, but also I want a drink. So, can you cover me whilst I go get a drink?
Good evening and welcome to another Fortean Words. Hobbit's gone for a poo. I think Fraser's with us. We got a rare sighting of Fraser.
I'm alive.
Yeah, Fraser's alive. It's alive. What 14 stuff have you seen this week then, Fraser?
UFOs just everywhere, like, that's it, and it's really annoying me.
But they keep calling them drones. Like, what are they? Are they drones or are they UFOs?
No, it's either drones or UFOs. It's like people posting like actual, like, I don't know, lights in the sky moving and shit, and it's, I don't know what it is. It's just, again, it's like, is this all old stuff or is this like new stuff? I can't tell. But yeah, the weird drone stuff has been interesting. Like, why everyone's suddenly like spotting drones over airports and shit. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Are they gone? Are the UFOnauts gone remote now? Then have they?
Well, there's always people saying, "Oh, the fucking disclosure's about to have imminent now or whatever." And it's just like, oh, fuck's sake.
Well, there was that thing me and Hobbit covered the other day. There was the big thing in. But most of it they said. Most of it they said, "Oh yeah, but we'll have to have that in a closed session."
Fucks. Well. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. That's right.
Okay, I'm back now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I do not know about.
Fraser was just talking about the UFOs, Hobbit.
Ah, UFO.
UFOs.
They've been seen floating near Bufo.
Yeah, wasn't that thing as well that came out like, oh, they're in the ocean actually, like.
USOs, yeah, USOs have always been a part of the phenomenon.
Yeah, but now they're saying, oh, actually, they might all just be from the ocean. Which, I mean,
they're in the oceans, they're in the skies, they're seen in the corner of your eyes.
Yeah,
just fucking mermaids, mate. That's all it is. The mermaids are coming to attack us.
Yeah.
It's like the episode of The Simpsons with the fucking dolphins, you know?
A passenger plane captured on video 2 UFOs leaving a portal over Atlanta.
This is what I mean, like. But then again, we're in the age of AI generated.
Yeah, I mean, AI is way better than the shitty Russian fucking CGI, and the shitty Russian CGI ghosts.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Oh, that is a phenomenon in itself. Like, that is that's a deep dive subject there. Like, how they managed to produce such shit fucking.
It's such like couldn't fool anybody.
Like a fucking third grade, like fucking preschool, fucking nursery kid could do better with a piece of string. But yeah.
Even Derek Okora said, "I'm out." Hey, do you remember when Derek Okora was teamed up with Daniela Westbrook for ghost hunting?
That was when he did Mary Loves Dick. Mary Loves Dick.
This for those of the do we call them the Chink Talk generation? Yes. There was a house. I struggled to call this the halcyon days of television programming. You see, about 20 years ago, we had this thing called broadcast television, and they would put shows on, and because everybody was watching it, they were like, well, we have to put shows on which people enjoy watching. Because otherwise, the advertisers will be like, "I'm not advertising on your show. Nobody watches it."
Yeah.
Hobbit, because you've mentioned it, I've now got to play it.
Robert walks round.
Oh,
and I know
I thought
Mary
you were going to
does,
say
but
how
there's
clean
this
is your
peaceful,
house.
calm, spiritual activity there with. You all right?
The spirit guide is called Sam, by the way.
And he's a Native American.
You all right?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that part.
He's from the same tribe as Chakotay.
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
Right.
Mary loves Dick.
Loves a bit of it.
By the way,
Mary
is Derek Okora gay by any chance? Like, is he gay?
Well, he's dead, so I don't know.
Well, okay. Did he die of AIDS?
Not currently. He's currently asexual, technically.
Speaking of,
when did he die then? What? When did he die? Like,
I don't know. I'll find. Should we find out? Should we do a deep dive on Derek Okora?
So, in summary, 20 years ago, there was still watchable crap on the television. It
Derek
wasn't as good as 30 years
one
ago.
Of them. Yeah. Derek
And,
Francis Johnson was born 27th of January 1950 to the 4th of January 2020. So we're coming up to our fifth year without Derek Okora.
So he died right at the start of the thing that happened.
Yeah.
Now we'll never know if anybody else loves Dick or if it was just Mary.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Who else? We will never find out who else loves Dick.
His magnum opus was Mary loving Dick.
Yeah.
But you know what? Some people might say, "Oh, that's not much of a legacy." I tell you what, Derek Okora, Mary Loves Dick, better than Francis Ford Coppola for Gladiator 2.
I mean,
or whoever did whoever did Conclave. You enjoyed that, didn't you, Hobbit?
What was the presenter's woman's name?
Yeah. I really enjoyed. Sorry, what was you saying, Fraser?
What was the presenter woman's name?
Daniela. Well, that was Haunted. What's it called?
Yeah.
Not most Haunted was the one he got famous for, and then he went in to do the other one because I think he pissed everyone off on that.
I've put
a
splash of
just like cringe him and then like Sam.
Oh, in March 2014, he was convicted of driving without due care and attention. That's probably because Sam was navigating. And failing to provide a breath sample following a car crash. So obviously he was with. Well, yeah. Obviously he must have been with Spirit when he had that car crash.
Yeah, can you imagine? Officer, I'm with Spirit.
Sam says, "No, you can't have my breath. You'll steal my soul."
No, his wife later confirmed that Okora had been hospitalised with pneumonia and later developed sepsis. So there we go. That's what happened to.
Fuck. Great.
Yeah, didn't see that coming, did he?
No. Oh well.
What if he did see his own death? Imagine how depressing that would be.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine your fucking Spirit like guide is there, just like fucking. Is Sam always there watching?
Oh shit! Hold on. In May 2012, Okora claimed to have received a psychic message from Madeleine McCann via Spirit Guide, stating the child had died some time ago but would soon be reincarnated. After widespread media outrage, Okora used the same newspaper to publish an apology to McCann's parents.
Well, maybe he was right. It's 20 years later, like.
I didn't know he was in Big Fat Gypsy Gangster. Did you know that?
No.
No.
And he played a small role in Crispy's Curse. I don't know what either of those films are. If everybody's seen them.
Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, not the same as Big Fat Greek Wedding, I assume.
Is Crispy's Curse what Mary caught when she loved too much dick?
Oh, grim.
Well, Mary loves dick.
That's Krusty's Curse now.
Yeah. Oh, he was on Brainiac as well. Do you remember Brainiac? Brainiac used to be really good. Do you remember when you used to have fun films fun programs that were informative as well, like Brainiac?
No, we're not allowed to have that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the one I liked, and I watch it whenever I feel lazy and don't want to do the hoovering, is How Clean Is Your House? And I just imagine Kim leaning over me and going like, "God, you lazy sod. going
You'd
to
love
get
it.
scrubbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
right
like.
there. You'd be like, yes, mistress, getting on the fucking gloves.
I don't like the Scottish one. She's a bit of a frumpy cunt, but I reckon Kim's the right goer. And plus, I'm getting to the age now where
Probably
I'm starting
be like,
to.
oh, Kim. Oh,
Well,
wear the gloves while we.
Is she your
make
pin-up
love.
material now? Is she, Hobbit?
Yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is, I'm now getting to the age where I'm looking back at Kim from 20 years ago, and it's like, yeah, I'd give her one. She can scrub my sink as bent over and give her a seat too.
Well, the Scottish one's running a Q-tip up, running a cotton bud up your ass crack.
Oh yeah, it's just like
you can't have one without the other Hobbit. That's the thing. They're a package deal, you know.
she's giving you hygiene tips whilst the other one's pebble dashing your pubes.
Oh no!
Oh dear. So plasma. What's that all about, Hobbit?
Well, there was a bit of plasma earlier on today. It seems.
Discharge here, Kim.
Yeah. Well, they say about the presence of Fraser, it just seems to charge up the jerk off crystals.
Wow.
So let's have a look at this.
Crystals full, boys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, I see. So you've come to unleash the power tonight.
Yeah.
Right. Let's load up this journal. And it's scientific research and academic publishing. Extraterrestrial.
Tonight, Hobbit? Start just autistically reading the journal.
It's Ailamal's. It's the Ailamal Christmas special.
Plasma rifles in the 40-watt range.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, that's not even. Imagine you got your 700-watt oven, 700-watt microwave oven.
Yeah.
And you go for a 40-watt microwave oven. Can you imagine how long it takes to bake a potato in that?
Is that how powerful microwaves were when they first come out or something? I just wonder why you picked 40 watt. Like it's not even a house bulb, is it? Like a house bulb is like 60 watt, isn't it, for a dim one?
Wait, what? Rifles using 40-watt bulbs.
No, a Terminator. Do you remember where he goes into the rifle store and says, "Can I have a plasma rifle in the 40-watt range"? That's where that comes from. That's what I mean.
It's just
Hobbit
something
laugh
about
about
film directors being really stupid. Do you remember Johnny Mnemonic?
Yeah, because that was a big thing back in the day. 40-watt bulbs, I guess, right?
Yeah. No, that's the point. Like, it's not as powerful as like a dim bulb. Like, why did he pick 40 watts out of all the range, all the ranges, or were they just that efficient? Did he predict the coming of LED or something?
There's another film which has another stupid value. Is Johnny Mnemonic? He has he's the cyborg memory courier. And he's got a total capacity of 120 gigabytes, but there's this really big file. So he puts his memories into his subconscious. Now he's got a total capacity of 240 gigabytes because he's using his brain. And he's got to offload the files. Otherwise, he'll never remember who he was. And I'm just like, Hollywood, are you trying to tell me that the human brain capacity is 120 gigabytes? I know this was back in like the mid-90s, and that seemed like a big deal, but surely they could have just been like, you could have given it a big number instead.
That would. I mean, what was the average hard drive then? Was it like 256 megabytes or something?
Well, I remember when my mum, she was working from home in the mid-90s.
Yeah. And
she had this pretty decent office computer. It was a Pentium 120 megahertz. It had 16 megabytes of RAM. And it had a 1 gigabyte hard drive. And I remember at the time thinking, wow, that's massive. 1 gigabyte hard drive.
You'd never fill that.
You could put 1.5 CDs of content on it. And like files then. Oh, that's amazing, really. Oh, this was another thing as well.
I think Hobbit's just going to do tonight's show from the other room.
Yeah.
Well, also, I'm loading up some fuel on the fire because I don't know.
Keeps going
So I'll turn him down. I'll turn him
away.
down because he overpowers everyone. So then he decides to go in the other room as protest.
Yeah, because look, I had to put some fuel on the fire. You know, unfortunately, Jeeves is off sick today. It's one of those half days because the drones are flying overhead. So it's just I said, "Oh,
hold on a
it's
sec.
half day then."
Dom, it's Rule 34.
Hobbit's Rule 34.
No, Dom said someone will Rule 39 it soon enough. It's Rule 34, Dom.
Yeah, get it right, Internet Grandad.
Yeah, Grandad. When you go back to listening to your phonogram.
Yeah. You're gonna have I can has cheeseburger and other old memes. Yeah. I remember there was.
He'll be doing Minions memes next, won't he?
I remember there was this entire website set up to. It was called Lolcats. It was just all it was is just like stupid memes with cats and dumb captions, and I hated it.
Where you get Ceiling Cat from? Is that the origin of
Ceiling Cats watching you masturbate?
Yeah.
Was too edgy for Lolcats.
Or was it too edgy? That was too edgy for Lolcats. Okay.
If you know, Lolcats was literally just like a thing early internet normies would post on, going like, "Oh, look at my cat. He's so fat, isn't it funny?" It's like, no, you're abusing your animal, fatso.
Anyway, plasma rifles in the 40-watt range.
Yeah.
Which is just stupid numbers. Film directors are fucking idiots. Case in point, Ridley Scott with Gladiator 2. It's like, I know, I'll just copy and paste the film.
Well, there's the classic, isn't there? George Lucas, where Han Solo did the did the Kessel Run in 40 parsecs, which is unit of distance. Is it parsecs? What?
Yeah.
What? I know it's a unit of distance. I can't remember what he said. It was parsecs, wasn't it?
He can do it in under 40 parsecs, and like, that's a unit. And nobody in the script said, George, do you mean time or distance? Or what do you mean? Well, this bit here where you're saying he does it in under 40 parsecs, yeah. You're saying he's fast? Yeah, he's a smuggler. He's a fast smuggler.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better to say time? Yeah, but if I say he did it in the number of days, days are stupid. Parsecs, that's space age, like lasers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but George, parsec is length of distance.
But we've got light swords, okay, mate?
Nobody in the audience will figure it out. It's not as if nerds will make this their Bible.
No, exactly.
No one will remember this film in 2 years' time anyway, says George. Yeah.
But anyway, getting back on to Ridley Scott being a decrepit arsehole. So Hollywood's got this great prank it does at the moment. And the prank is called, what if we give men, or I suppose people, but I can't think of any female directors.
Persons.
What do we give director persons that have got advanced dementia and are shitting themselves and don't even remember their name half the time? What if we give them like a massive Hollywood budget, like hundreds of millions of dollars to produce a great work, and then Ridley Scott says, "I'll take the money," and it's like, right, Ridley Scott, you got your magnum opus. What are you going to do? I'm going to do Gladiator, which I've done before, yeah, but I'm going to make it really shit.
Yeah.
Right, how are you going to make it really shit? Oh, watch me.
You saw what I did. You saw what I did to the Alien franchise. I'll do it to Gladiator as well.
Oh no!
And then he's screaming for his personal assistant because he shit his nappy again.
Yeah,
that's the 5th time this morning. And it's like, yep, clearly this man is in command of his faculties. Let's give him $120 million to make Gladiator 2. This will be a sound investment.
I do have to ask, like, are the execs reading these pitches? And if they're not reading these pitches, they need to fucking start, because surely you can read these pitches and go, Ridley, this is bollocks. You're doing the other one again. We've seen this film, Ridley. Go back and try again.
I got a theory. What if, like, the cocaine that they used to do has been laced with fentanyl,
Yeah.
And now, like, when they're doing their things...
Do you remember when we went through the films of Joel Silver? Like, we need cocaine back in Hollywood. Fucking great big trays of it, like, on every executive's desk.
Look, before people say, oh, that's a really destructive thing, look, ballerinas destroy their health in the pursuit of their art.
Yeah.
Nobody denies this. And nobody says, oh, ballerinas shouldn't pirouette on their tippy toes.
Mm.
So why can't we say, look, Hollywood executives need to have sex with a lot of whores.
Get back on the sniff.
Do a lot of coke.
Yeah.
They need to do a lot of cocaine, and they need to do a lot of whores.
Yeah.
And then we'll have quality entertainment
again. Make science.
You know what?
It may not be quality, but at least it'll be enjoyable.
I mean, some directors might have heart attacks before the age of 50. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Just give me RoboCop again, but not like you did in 2014. That was shit.
No, don't do that.
What are you on about? He had a hand. He had a hand on the stick.
Here's an idea, right? Make new films. We've already had the films from before. All right, Hollywood, top tip, yeah? And you know what? You don't even need to pay me in horse or cocaine. Just give me a good film. Don't recreate films from the past thinking, oh, if we make this bang up to date, it'll be even more popular.
Let's see if we can figure out when Joel Silver stopped doing the coke. So we'll start in the 80s. Oh, so it starts in the 80s. The Warriors. 48 Hours. I'm obviously picking the better ones. Streets of Fire, Brewster's Millions. These are all produced by Joel Silver. Weird Science,
Great
Commando,
film.
Jumping Jack Flash.
Great film.
Lethal Weapon, Predator, Action Jackson, Die Hard, Roadhouse, Lethal Weapon 2, Die Hard 2. What's that? Yeah.
I'm just saying yes, I love all these films.
Yeah. Predator 2, Hudson Hawk, you know, maybe there was a drought around 1991.
So
maybe there was a drought then. But then he comes back on it. He gets his dealer back. The good stuff comes back. Last Boy Scout, excellent film. Lethal Weapon 3, Demolition Man.
Oh, what a brilliant film.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I really enjoyed Hudson Hawk. I thought that was good. I didn't realise it was the same guy who did Demolition Man.
He's only a producer, so at some level he accepts it. But he knows he's a producer, and he doesn't go into writing or anything like. He just knows that if he sees a good script, he knows what a good script looks like. Richie Rich, Assassins, Fair Game, Executive Decision, load of Tales from the Crypt stuff, Bordello of Blood.
That's Tales from the Crypt.
Double Tap.
That's a good film.
I think, isn't that Jean-Claude Van Damme? Lethal Weapon 4, The Matrix. See, this is what cocaine does for a producer's career.
Well, yeah, this sounds like cocaine plus male action figure.
Yeah.
Like, action star, right?
House on Haunted Hill, Romeo Must Die. Let's see if we can figure out where it starts going downhill. Matrix Revisited. Maybe a bit too much coke at that time. Yeah. Ghost Ship. So he's still doing all right. Cradle to the Graves, all right. Animatrix was pretty good.
Yeah, that was trippy as fuck. That was all the cocaine. I think he used all the cocaine.
Well, then obviously he has a bit of a drought because then it's the Matrix Reloaded and Enter the Matrix, the computer game. Revolutions, Gothica.
Not bad, actually. Like, people shit on that game, but it wasn't too bad.
He produced Limp Bizkit's Behind Blue Eyes video.
Okay, I think that's where the cutoff is.
House of Wax, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang's a good film.
That was good. That was good. House of Wax.
V for Vendetta. So here he is, still masses of cocaine throughout 2005.
Wait, did he just produce every single film in Hollywood then in the last?
All the good ones. Just think of some good ones. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Fred Claus, Speed Racer. I think it. And then he comes back with a banger. Rock and Roller. Rock and Roller's a good one.
I tried to watch Speed Racer because somebody was saying about how great Grand Prix was and Bullet, and then they're saying Speed Racer's in the same style, and it's not. Speed Racer's not a good film.
That's Angie May, isn't it?
I don't like Speed Racer. It's not good.
Oh, he did Splice. I haven't seen that. Is that any good?
Don't know.
So anyway, so he does all right. So got good stuff.
We can probably say sometime in the late 2000s, the quality of cocaine just goes downhill. But they apparently,
to be fair, actually, it didn't. No, I think they're all bangers actually. Like, well known throughout his career for doing a lot of coke. He had some hits. He had some hits. He had some misses, but he was banging out films like There Was No Tomorrow. And
cocaine quality has really improved in the past 5 years. You can get it purer and cheaper than ever before.
Can you get vegan cocaine yet? That's the problem.
Oh well, that was the thing. Like, I don't know if Vice still exists, but they were talking about
vegetarian cocaine,
ethically sourced cocaine, where there's like fair trade for the growers and such.
What about keto?
Spliced was all right apparently.
Cocaine is keto.
It's keto.
It's gluten free.
Dom's come back with us with an actually Rule 39 is there is furry porn of it.
What?
Rule 39 is there is furry porn of it.
The only derivative I know of 34 is Rule 43 is what if you take someone but then swap the gender, sex around? Yeah.
Oh, wait, 33. What's 34 then?
No, Rule 34 is if it exists, there's porn of it. And Rule 43, the only example I've seen was Valma was a guy and Johnny Bravo was a woman.
Why?
And they were kissing.
Oh,
because
okay.
But Dom's saying there's a new rule now, which is Rule 39. There is furry porn of it. Anyway, plasma.
Anyway,
plasma.
Like Bugs Bunny and that Robin Hood film. I mean,
you're making me think of Wayne's World. Do you remember that? When Garth goes, what about when Bugs Bunny used to dress as a girl bunny? Do you remember that?
No.
Do you remember that?
No, Garth. No, I'm just repeating the bit. He says, no, not at all. No, me neither. So, extraterrestrial. Oh, hang on. I've put it in speed reader mode and it's got rid of that thing. Plasmas, UAP, pre-life, fourth state of matter.
Plasma's UAP. What are these UAPs made of plasma?
I think he's just like throwing a bunch of keywords onto it and see what sticks.
To like, get you interested. Fourth dimensional triggered energies of the jerk-off crystal.
I put a splash of spiced rum in my cola, and it tastes like vanilla.
Spiced rum's nice.
Up to a kilometre in size and behaving similarly, they behave in a similar fashion too. Multicellular organisms, and bear with me as.
So are they saying they've found a bit of plasma that big, or they've made a bit of plasma that big?
They've been observed in the upper atmosphere.
Okay.
Well, why don't I read on and we'll answer your question, Hemi? They behave in a similar fashion to multicellular organisms, and they've been filmed on 10 separate NASA space shuttle missions.
NASA. I thought we had to call it NASA now after that idiot.
Yeah.
That program. What was it we watched where he called it NASA? I can't remember.
Oh, that's Trailer Park Boys. So Ricky's stealing satellite stuff, and he says, "What? You own space? No, you don't own space. NASA does."
Is that because they're Canadian? Is it?
I should be suing you for like broadcasting illegal satellite content over my trailer park. I didn't give you permission to do that. So, 1. Introduction. UAP, an extraterrestrial extramolecular.
Aren't UAPs amazing?
Oh, what was the thing? I was going to call them UOs. That's it. UOs. That's the UOs. Unidentified objects.
Yeah.
Interstellar space and hang on, Professor Brian Cox. Interstellar space and the upper atmosphere of Earth are permeated by plasmas. See citation 1 and 5. Why would you have 1 and 5? Why would you not make the first citation? Anyway. Plasmas are believed to constitute a fourth state of matter. See citations 2, 6, and 7. And they
this is going to get mighty boring if you don't fucking skim this.
They form a pre-life or inorganic non-biological life, as detailed in this report. Yeah, the pre-life. As detailed in this report, figures 1 to 26, pulsating, glowing plasmas up to a kilometre in size, among similarly to simple multicellular organisms, have been filmed over 200 miles above Earth within the thermosphere by 10 separate space shuttle missions. And then it gives a bunch of serial numbers for the missions. These plasmas descend into a low atmosphere of Earth, and when observed may have been classified as unidentified air phenomena. Isn't that amazing? Or simplified anomalous phenomena, which is AP. As documented in this report, these plasma-like entities have been photographed congregating in the thermosphere above figures 4, 5, and 26, and dividing into, it doesn't show what these figures are, and diving into massive thunderstorms below figures 14 to 17, gathering around satellites generating electromagnetic pulses into the space medium. And then some figures, citations.
Okay, yeah, alright. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Approaching and appearing outside the windows of NASA's space shuttles, changing velocity and direction and making sudden 45-degree to 90-degree turns, and following and even colliding and intersecting one another. Isn't that amazing? These glowing, pulsating plasmas in the thermosphere glow in size, replicate, and are attracted to and make contact and intersect one another, often releasing kilometers in length plasma dust trails in their wake. Yet others engage in what appears to be hunter-predatory behavior, which is amazing, tracking, then accelerating and piercing other plasmas that may be several dozen kilometers distant.
Hold on a minute. Wouldn't he? Because he's a complete shill. Wouldn't he tell us that hAIwires don't exist?
Oh, it depends.
Professor Brian Cox wouldn't believe in hAIwires, would he?
Yeah, no, of course he wouldn't. No.
So this is BBC 5 years from now, when the aliens have invaded Earth and the anal probing people, and Brian Cox is being anal probed, and he's like, hAIwires are amazing. And they're just like you and I, and we've got to, we've got to get the Syrians and the aliens living in flats together, because they're coming over here to help our economy grow.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Look what happened when you put Haitians and cats and dogs together.
Aren't aliens amazing? So, they display all the characteristics of life-like plasmas as defined by Alfen, Teledani, Lazana, and Sandulovich.
I thought you were talking about Alpen, the breakfast cereal, for a minute then.
and Taistovich et al. So he's referring to a bunch of people no one's heard of.
Yeah.
Other plasmas in the thermosphere engage in behavior.
Can you talk normally, Hobbit? Because none of this is going in.
It's not going to make any difference.
Oh, okay.
In all respects, plasmas are not biological entities, and their actions are mediated by. I've learned neurolinguistic programming, so I can make your brain switch off when I'm reading this stuff. I'm doing the Tony Blair pausing,
like
plasmas
Tony Blair when he's doing one of his speeches.
Dramatic pause. Plasmas are not biological entities. Oh, glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
And their actions are mediated by electromagnetic and other non-biological factors, including the incorporation of radiated dust. That's amazing. Plasmas
But didn't he say they were chasing each other around and stuff?
Yeah, and he says it looks like life, but actually, no, I've changed my mind. It's not life. Plasmas may have higher levels.
But what about what about parking wardens? I mean, you look at them and they look like they're alive, but I don't think they are.
Well, I mean, people say the same thing about women, but I know what I'd rather. Penis jokes. Women have sex with me. I'm a man. Plasmas may have higher levels.
It also makes me think about that one. Do you remember Red Dwarf when he says, "You've got an IQ of 600," he goes, "That's not a lot. It's only the same as 600 PE teachers."
Given the choice between Kim from How Clean Is Your House and a 1 kilometre long plasma, I'd go with Kim. Plasmas may have higher. I really hope I'm not getting mixed. I'm sure Aggie's the Scottish one that's a frumpy cunt.
Yeah.
And Kim's the goer.
She ain't she ain't frumpy. Frumpy means kind of chubby and dowdy, doesn't it?
I thought frumpy meant.
I think
like
it's incorrect. I think it's incorrect usage of frumpy, Hobbit.
I thought frumpy meant they dress like really modestly in a way that's not sexually.
Yeah, but I think they have to be a little bit rounded at the corners as well, because it kind of adds to the frump, I think.
Well, the thing is, she's always wearing that massive lab coat, so you can never tell what sort of curve she's got anyway.
Voice, is that what you're trying to say?
And she's got the stupid pixie haircut, like I'm just like one of the lads sort of things. Except when you joke about things with her, she's like, "Oh, I didn't find that funny at all because you're a frumpy woman." No, I'm sure frumpy just means like, generally unattractive, makes no effort to slut themselves up a bit.
I don't know. I always thought, dowdy, unkempt, or unfashionable, ill or bad-tempered, or primly out of date.
Yeah, but that could just
there we go.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but it's just like frumpy makes them, sounds like a bit of a chubby bird as well.
You see, Kim's a Presbyterian, so of course she'd be frumpy. I don't know.
Craig Wilson wants to interject. He says both fucking pug.
6. Nee, thanks. I'm Scottish. We just replicate via cellular mitosis and come out of the mossy glax in the ground in what do they have in Scotland?
Trolls.
The fens, the fens, the new, the fens.
They don't have fens in Scotland. Fens are.
I'm sure they've got
fens is East Anglia.
Well,
the glens.
The glens, not the fens. The glens. As Fraser just
the
said.
The fens and the glens of Aberdeenshire.
The fens and the glens. And like infinite midges. They also have infinite midges in Scotland.
That's true.
When Scotland needs another Aggie, what Loch Nessie, she comes out and she spits them out of her mouth, and then fully formed new Scotch lady comes out. The new, just like plasma. So plasma, right, has got higher low density, higher low temperatures, and may be stable, it might be unstable, and consists of positively and negatively charged particles.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Ionized atoms of gas, whose basic interactions are electromagnetic. Oh, well, I'm glad we've narrowed it down then.
Yes, it might or might not be science again. Welcome to Science Hour, where it might or might not be.
Welcome to Shark Science Hour.
Yeah.
I love shark science.
I love this. £1 million 5-year odyssey. £2 million 5-year odyssey to find out if sharks dream. Actually, we don't even know if they sleep.
Do sharks dream of having a good night's sleep?
Oh dear.
And
that other twat did the spiders for sleep one, didn't he? Do you remember that?
Oh, I thought the experiment was like, do spiders hear through their legs? Because an experiment conducted.
He took off all their legs, didn't they? Yeah, I remember.
Well, the control experiment was you put a spider on the table, and then you bang your hand on the table.
Yeah.
And then it hears the sound of your hand banging, and it runs away. And then if you remove all of its legs and you bang your hand on the table, it
doesn't run away.
That's proving that it hears through its legs. It can't hear the danger of your hand banging on the table. In the upper atmosphere, plasmas are believed to react and possibly form in response to intermittent turbulence. That's amazing. Geomagnetic storms, amazing. Coronal mass ejections, amazing. Solar flares, ellipses, the waxing and waning of sunlight, atmospheric waves, radiation from radio transmitters and heating facilities, and the incorporation of dust, all which affect the shape, velocity,
it was jumping spiders, I bet.
And inheritance tax rises as well.
Do spiders dream? A new study suggests they do. Jumping spiders rapidly move their eyes and twitch during rest, suggesting they have visual dreams never before observed in arachnids.
Oh, great. So, this next paragraph, he's going on to like name drop his friends with like names like Teodorani, Ivan, Lazinanau, Sandulovicu, Tystovich, Plasmas can form complex lifelike shapes as well as a nucleus that may acquire DNA-like capabilities. For example, space is permeated by dust.
So hold on, just one sec. The irrefutable proof that they dream is the way they twitch. Just made me think of dogs and cats dreaming.
How much did this research cost, and how long did it take?
She did it in her garden during COVID.
Oh well, fair enough.
It does on the cheap then. Fucking hell,
She missed out on the 2 million there, didn't she?
I know.
Yeah, well, she should have done it in the science place and put shrimp on treadmills.
Yeah.
That was a good swizz. I'd have liked to have been on Doggle.
We're missing out on all this science. We could do some great science.
So the plasmas, they can form yeah, we did that bit. Space is permeated by dust, and when a plasma incorporates dust grains, the plasma requires an electric charge that sucks in electrons, which attract positively charged ions, giving rise to plasma crystals, which can also contain organic matter, including fragments of carbonaceous chondrites.
In a lab, I can't pronounce the name. I think it's like Rossler or something. Set about trying to record dozing spiderlings to learn about their sleep habits using a magnifying glass and a night vision camera. She focused on the spider's eye and body movements, which provide clues about what's happening as they rest.
Oh look, it's dreaming about wrapping a fly up in silk.
Oh look, it's chasing flies in its sleep. Oh look, it's avoiding slippers in its sleep.
Electrostatic forces and the polarization of the plasma cause these plasmid dust crystals to twist, spin, and form helical structures that can evolve into a double helix similar to the double helix of DNA.
Oh my god!
The guy's literally just saying, "Look, if you get this guy is saying, if you get a storm fly through a scrap heap, it will form a Boeing 747. That's what he's saying. Look, the plasma, eventually it will form double helix.
Interdimensional Lizard said, I only heard the word fens for the first time yesterday, and here it is again on 14 words. Spooky.
There you go. The collective unconscious. Yeah. Well, the collective unconscious is both injected the word fens in
Akashic record,
yeah. The Akashic. Yeah.
Ashitic.
Oh, this one's a shitic because with Tim Pebble Dash on my pubes and Aggie going like, oh no, oh that's really unhygienic. I'm going to send that to the lab.
Let me check that for microbes. Let me check that for your gut flora on a Hobbit. I come up Welsh. I don't know why.
Rubbing a cotton bud over my ball sack. Why is there a seam in the scrotum? By the way,
because that's where it forms a seam.
That's where God put the two halves of the mold together.
Yeah.
I just like I know the biological reason why it happens.
Yeah, because lady parts and boy parts are the same up until a certain point, and
and then the sex differentiation happens later in the womb, and it folds over and forms a sac.
Well, it don't always happen. I mean, look at fucking what's his name falling down the stairs, Freddie Bentley.
No. Oh well, he's still got a coin purse. It's just there's too much estrogen in the womb or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
So. He's just like, I'm going to become a human vacuum cleaner.
Or Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama just happened to have too much testosterone in the womb.
I'm a woman.
I'm a woman.
I like to speech as the first say. It's like, hey yo, I'm going to get up in them guts. Just
remember what poor Joan Rivers said shortly before her death.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to listen back to this, see if I broke the volume levels with.
I don't think so because I turned you down. You're still too loud of it.
I know, but I just
you're still going into the red every single time you speak.
I just think of the passion of Michelle Obama. Hey yo, Oh, good. So plasmas, electrostatic forces, and the polarization of the plasma cause these plasma dust crystals. Oh, yeah, we said that bit.
Of course, it is a filthy rumour that Michelle Obama is in fact a man.
Wait a second. Wait, I need to know something. Right, so plasma is a fourth state of matter, right?
Mm.
So why is it made up of like solid matter?
Well, the way I can answer that is: have you noticed Michelle Obama's got more of a bulge in her front pocket than Barry Obama?
That's a mic, you bigot.
Well, why does you need a crotch mic for with the times he's going to fart or something?
That's just where ladies put the microphone pack. You absolute bigot, Hobbit.
Yeah. It's concealed carry.
Yeah,
that's where he carries his gun.
Mm.
yeah, that's right. That's where he shoots from. Yeah.
This is shooting
this
from
is
the
my
hip.
rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This one's for
fucking fun. Yeah. So, Teodora. I think that's
it. Hobbit's going windsurfing on the Obama's fucking plantation next week.
I just want to reiterate, I'm not suicidal, and I have no evidence that will lead to the arrest of the Clintons.
Or the Obamas.
Electrostatic. Yeah, that too. Electrostatic forces.
He also
what
has
are they
to
all
work
about?
for Firaxis and done game dev in the last 5 years.
Oh no! Electrostatic forces and the polarization of the plasma cause these plasma dust crystals to double helixes. Teodorani argues that these helixes.
I'm not going to lie, Hobbit. This is fucking super dry. This content.
It is a bit dry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is not what Kim said after seeing Michael Obama's penis.
Wait, is plasma dry or is it wet?
Well, so you've got solid, liquid, and gas, right?
Yeah.
And then above gas, you've got plasma.
Yeah, but plasma is made out of solid matter. We just
right. So
dust,
there's four phases of matter. You've got solid, which tends to be the densest, apart from water, which is strange because liquid water at 4 degrees is the densest. That's 36 Fahrenheit for the Americans. 4 degrees water is the most dense of it in the liquid phase. But most solids are the densest phase of any matter. Right. Then you got the liquid phase, and then after that you've got the gaseous phase, and above the gaseous phase you've got plasma. I mean, one example I've seen is when people get like a grape skin, they peel it in 2 halves, put it in a microwave, and if you put like a Pyrex beaker on it, other brands are available. Borosilicate glass, that's it. You put a borosilicate beaker over it, the plasma.
Is that like sticky back plastic? You just mean Pyrex?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. So the sticky back plastic, grape skin, you'll get a plasma ball form in the beaker, and eventually the glass will start to discolor as the plasma eats away at the glass, and then it changes color because it's the boron crystals in the glass will start to activate with it, and I think eventually silicon as well. So anyway, he argues that these helixes could be replicated in other crystals.
What does grape skin in particular do this then?
It's just an example of something which is conductive and works. And hey, look, the WhatsApp thing is making a beeping noise.
Oh, Garot's decided to ring everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna just. So, well, that's good. It works. Argues these helixes can then make crystals. Oh yeah, plasmas. So he argues that these helixes can be replicated in other crystals, so it can replicate. And the self-organizing ability of these crystals can affect.
I mean,
other
Hobbit.
plasmas.
I don't mean to be rude to Garot, but how long have we been doing Fortean Words now?
Well, we've only been doing it for about nearly 10 years, so you know. It's not like you can expect people to remember, like, oh yeah, you know that, like, oh, on Friday nights they play poker and on Saturdays they do this. And it's like, yeah, on Thursday nights So until they do this, and a bit of like Turley picked up and he was like, "So where is everybody?" He's like, "Oh, I think they're doing Fortean Words."
Yeah.
Oh, how long have they been doing that for? Oh, a couple of weeks now. So he says, "All right. So although this is theoretical, they're saying this exchange of electrical charges that could be likened to horizontal gene transfer, like you got in bacteria. However, there is no evidence plasmas contain DNA, nucleotides, or amino acids. So it's all just like, hey, these lights up in the sky. What if they're like
does
bacteria?
something? Okay, then let's get controversial now. Does something need DNA and all that jazz to be living?
Yes.
No. So
Wait, what? Okay.
I would say that life is thought, and thought is not material, and it materializes. But when it does materialize, that's when you got to have your DNA. I would
that's
argue
the French in it. That's the French in him coming out, Fraser. He's having his fucking Sartre phase.
That is continental fucking philosophy right there. Yeah.
It's not even a French.
Life does not need to be real. It is thought. It is patterns.
Hey,
it is
I will quote God himself in Genesis. First, there was the word.
You're not right. Okay, that's God. God can do what the fuck he wants, right?
Well, I was actually being a little more esoteric. I mean, that's only our version of what living means, isn't it? Like out there in the universe where it's all fucking weird and shit. Like, it's not necessarily like how life is on this planet is how life evolves on other planets, is it?
Well,
for example, there could be silicon-based life forms out there, couldn't there?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but either way, you're still you could even argue that
it's the X-Files, isn't it? When they find, do you remember they find the silicon-based life form at the bottom of the volcano?
Yeah, but that's also in the original series of Star Trek where there's like, oh look, there's this worm and it's silicon, and it's actually quite good because it's empty egg casing's got all this dilithium in it, so let's have it work for us. And
here's the thing, right? With our advanced, technological state, right, we can fucking clone shit. Well, we can, do all this kind of gene therapy.
I don't think we can. Did you hear that? What were they trying to clone recently? But they really fucked up. Like, they were talking about it in the Lotus Eaters. They tried to clone something. Can't remember what it was, but its lungs were all fucked up because they were trying to do They worked out the genome sequencing and then made it, but they still don't know enough about DNA to make something from scratch.
Okay, that's what my point was going to be. That if we're at such a point, maybe we could create silicon life to see if it's actually real, but obviously we can't then, obviously, because
we haven't quite figured out how to make DNA life forms from scratch. Well, not publicly anyway.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, you think the Chinese are actually adhering to any treaties on this kind of stuff?
Yeah, they've been cloning since at least the 1940s. The Germans were interested in cloning rabbits because they're like, oh well, these rabbits, they grow the biggest. A lot of them. I mean, you know about the German giant rabbit breeds?
Yeah, the ones that are on the Teletubbies.
The ones made of chocolate.
Oh yeah,
they're Belgian. No, they're not. They're Belgian. I bet those giants are Belgian.
I thought they were the other thing.
No, they're called a Belgian giant. Rabbits on Teletubbies.
Germans not allowed to have anything BTFO. Because fuck you, Germany.
Yeah. Can't even have the German Shepherd dog anymore.
Now
from Alsace.
What?
Yeah.
Have they changed it? Have they retconned?
No, that's why people. That's why people call them Alsatians. During the war, we called them Alsatians. German, but they are actually German Shepherd dogs.
Nothing. You get zero.
Yeah, it's like it.
I thought German Shepherds are normally canonically like black and white, right? They're the German Shepherds, right?
No, that's a collie you're talking about.
Oh, collie, right? That's it. Okay.
German Shepherd is black and tan and
That's
looks a
the
bit
border
like a
collie,
wolf.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What people sometimes colloquially call a woolly alligator.
Woolly alligator? I've not heard that.
Yeah, I was on a course once, and the guy called them woolly alligators.
Why?
That's some trauma right there.
Because they eat people, don't they?
What, border collies eat people?
No, German shepherds.
Oh, German shepherds. All right.
Yeah, so the German
it's not very
shepherd during the
hungry.
war was called the Alsatian, so people didn't, rise up against the
Lynch
German
them.
shepherd.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because it's the canine fifth column in the
Yeah.
United Kingdom.
Is fucking groupthink that bad that like people? would
That's
associate-
how patriotic
right.
we used to be, It was...
Fraser, case in point, right? So there was this social experiment done about 4
Bernays
years
all
ago,
right, ready.
where
Was he right?
people were wearing face nappies in the belief that it could stop microbes entering their land. And they were so convinced of this that they put these face nappies on the air vents in their cars, not knowing about pollen filters.
And they wore them,
them
in their cars when they were on their own. That's how indoctrinated these people became by this experiment.
So yes, people could well lynch a German Shepherd if it was called a German Shepherd.
Well, they lynched that monkey in Hartlepool, didn't they? You know about that, don't you, Hobbit?
He was French.
During the Napoleonic Wars. That's why.
Yeah, it was the French
that's why when
side.
people are playing Hartlepool in football, they call them the monkey hangers, and they don't like it because during the Napoleonic Wars, a monkey washed up ashore, and the Hartlepool people hung it as a French spy.
Well, I mean, you laugh about it, but I tell you what, no information got back to Napoleon. And
Yeah.
who won Waterloo? Wasn't Napoleon.
Yeah.
So I think we owe the Hartlepoolians, the monkey hangers, an apology.
Yeah.
When you say it was a monkey, was it not just a short French guy?
It was a monkey, which is a
It
short
was
French
actually
guy.
a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
macaque.
A macaque.
Was it a macaque?
I'm going to assume it was a macaque.
I
mean, it wasn't a
always
chimp.
assumed it was a chimp.
Mate, if you're not going to be able to
Well, it's not
wrestle a
fucking
chimp
gorilla,
into the
was it? It was a
gallows,
fucking silverback.
God, can you imagine you got a chimp who can sort of easily tear the flesh off of someone's face and be like, right, you're going in the gallows now, Mr. Chimp, and the chimp's like, no, I'm not.
Oh, it does look, I'm trying to find a picture of it.
It's going to be a cute little macaque like in that Indiana Jones thing where he's eating the dates and then the Arab's like, no dates for you, Indy. Why? Because they're poison.
Oh,
just
fuck.
got the monkeys.
Do you know the real story might be actually much worse? There could be perhaps a darker side to the tale. Maybe they didn't actually hang a monkey, but a small boy or a powder monkey, as they used to call them. Small boys were employed on warships at the time to prime the cannons with gunpowder and were known as powder monkeys. They might have actually hung a small boy instead, which is somehow better. I don't know.
So the monkey is to hide the shame of being child murderers. Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
didn't you hang a monkey? Didn't you hang a monkey? Yeah. We hung a monkey.
Yeah,
definitely a monkey.
yeah.
We hung a monkey, all right.
Yeah.
You know what? I think the Hartlepoolians, they understood. They did the difficult choices which other people wouldn't be willing to do, and because of that, we had no French spies relating to Napoleon. What was happening in Hartlepool? It was war, and war is hell. And in war, you got to do some.
You got to hang
things.
children sometimes.
You got to hang children to death. Yeah, take that. French using children as spies.
So what? But what they're saying is I'm finding the monkey on the beach. A group of locals decided to hold an impromptu troll because the monkey was unable to answer their questions, and because they'd neither seen a monkey or a Frenchman before.
Of course. It's a small
they
French
concluded
boy
that the monkey
speaking
must be
French. They didn't know what the
French.
monkey was saying.
Yeah, it's a monkey.
Yeah.
It can't talk. Must be one of them fucking goddamn French.
Or it's a French kid. like speaking French, and
I
they
think
don't,
the other
people
thing
in
was,
Hartlepool are dumb as fuck, and they don't know what French sounds like, so they couldn't
I
understand.
think even
Thought it was
back
going
then,
ooga booga or something.
people understood
Young him.
that the French had jungle fever and were just
Yeah.
like, oh, you know what, we got to
Oh
get rid.
no! Don't do that, Hobbit. That's making it worse. Oh
You
no!
got to get rid of this guy now.
Oh.
This is no good.
Hmm.
Got to get rid of him right now.
Is this like the
Go on.
first like incident of like racism against black people? Is this?
No,
That's what you're implying.
it's just anti-French sentiment. It's just like
Yeah.
we know what these dirty French are up to, and we're not having it.
Yeah. They were just patriotic young men doing their best for Queen and country.
Look, I'm not standing for this evil slander against the noble people of Hartlepool.
Are they Hartlepoolians, you think? Because people from Liverpool are Liverpudlians. Would they be Hartlepoolians?
What is a collective noun? Or I think they're just known as monkey hangers.
just the group of monkey hangers, is that what they call them?
You know,
You
the
think?
people from Shrewsbury are known as Salopians.
Why is that?
Fallopian.
Well, apparently in medieval times it wasn't called Shrewsbury, it was called Sallow.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
What? And then there was that film about it. There's that book about it. So then they decided not to mend their ways.
Well, maybe they decided they were going to rebrand like the
Yeah.
Alsatians.
Well, I was
are gonna
thinking
be
of
known as
100.
German
Is it 180 days? 120 days of Sallow, isn't it?
of
that
Sodom?
book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sallow.
Sodom.
100. Yeah. 120 days of Sodom.
Because Borzoi's website used to be called something about Sallow because he loved that film so much, didn't he?
My favourite film that I have come to at least 500 times by Borzoi,
Oh.
age 35 3/4. You know what? The funny thing is, I'm just imagining, like, I don't even need to imagine him, but I'm just imagining it's like there's this conehead called Steve Dawson, and he's quite proud about showing his wank bank collection. He's got like all these porn films on DVD, and he's got posters of the Babe Station girls.
Does he not know that there's a thing called the internet now where you can get porn from?
Well, he seems all he does on the internet is make TikTok videos where he abases himself to one of the Babe Station girls. He says, "I'm sorry I called you a fucking slag. Please unblock me, please. I'm praying. I'll put my arms together. Please pray for me." And I just think of his stupid face and the way he does this. And he's also mentally disabled. I'm not sure if you know this, but I just keep thinking of that, and then keep thinking of Borzoi. And then I remember what Borzoi looks like, and I'm like, yeah, but Borzoi is basically Steve Dawson, but for whatever reason, people took him seriously. And Rue's just like, Borzoi's just like, today I'm going to tell you about the films I've been wanking over. So there's this guy called Mr. Engels, right? And he's dead sexy. And there's this guy called Francis Hopper, and he was dead sexy. I've wanked twice to him in the past 20 minutes here, and all that. Because that's how Borzoi talks.
Is it? Yeah. I think that's pretty...
Yeah, and all that.
All
that.
It's not quite strangled enough in the neck, is it, to be Borzoi?
Borzoi did a program called The Pos Button where he talks about his positive experiences having gay anal sex to the point where he's now HIV positive.
Oh, apparently Scouse is supposedly short for lobscouse, which is of an unknown origin. Oh no, Interdimensional Lizard retracted his comment, so it was probably something about hanging children. At least they knew how to deal with that invaders in those days, says Craig Wilson.
Yeah. Fucking French monkeys coming to our shore, spying for Napoleon. Don't think so.
Oh, he retracted a grammar error out of shame. It wasn't to do with anything to do with hanging children.
Yeah. Well,
you know the French spies, Hobbit. The French spies with their love of bananas and hanging down and knuckles dragging on the floor. You know the French spies, Hobbit.
You know the French spies with their garlands of garlic and twiddling their moustaches. The French spies.
You know the French French spies and their I did think of something then, but it's gone.
Swinging from tree branch to tree branch, going ooga booga eek eek. You know the French spies, the ones that fling their feces at people when they feel threatened. The French spies.
You know the French spies that love their PG tips. You know the French spies.
Yeah.
The French spies, yes.
I mean, the French do sling shit everywhere. If you know.
Well, the French farmers.
Well, that's more the Germans. That's more the Germans than the French.
No, the French did it.
Like the French are the masters of the dirty protests. Like, the mayor says that he wants us to work more than 20 minutes a day, while trying to fill the town hall with feces again.
How very dirty you expect us to work for half a day?
What's this? The mayor wants us to. He wants to reduce the subsidy from like 100,000 euros per hectare down to 999,999. Well, time to fill his town hall with feces again. I think there must be like.
You know, now you think about it, we're talking about hanging and like capital punishment. It makes me wonder, like, is this the reason why we're so civilized and the French are like a load of uppity, like violent, like it's like its implication. Because
I think it's.
I don't know. There was a fair bit of capital punishment done in France, though, weren't there, Fraser?
Yeah, but it's to the wrong people. It should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
the violent people executed the non-violent.
Oh, they did that. They cut that Gilles de Rais. Do you know who Gilles de Rais is, Hobbit?
Gilles.
No.
Famous French serial killer, absolute fucking total utter wrong'un. And he said, "Oh, I can't wait to have my head cut off in the guillotine, because I'll be able to hear the blood gushing from the stump of my neck."
Was this Dennis Nielsen's father?
Yeah, probably. He had some fucking issues. I think he was related to Dennis Nielsen in some way.
It's spiritually related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't think Gilles de Rais was able to enjoy the beautiful taste of KFC.
Like the people they let out of the Bastille were the ones who did the executions.
Were they?
Well, yeah.
Do you know? I just remembered
yeah,
something.
because they won.
Oh yeah.
JMK used to use this AI service which would read something for you and then summarize it for you.
Yeah.
Does anybody know like a AI summary thing where we can put like the paper into it? It's like, hey, can you just tell us?
Why don't you ask JMK?
Hey, JMK, you're definitely listening to this. You can put a summary of this stuff in for us, would you?
Yeah, Grolt's not listening because he don't fucking know we're doing it. Still.
Well, in his defence, I thought it was Wednesday today.
Yeah, in his defence, you thought it was Wednesday.
Yeah. You know, it feels like a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm a bit off with days because I'm just like kind of often. I'm on holiday soon, so.
Well, they're not even really days, are they? They're just so dark.
Yeah. So are we done with plasma then, Hobbit, or have you got more to say about plasma?
So, in conclusion, this plasma acts a bit like life, but also it's not like life, and more money needs to be studied. Plasma space shuttles, astronauts, fighter pilots, UFOs, UAPs or UOs. That's a big thing.
Do spiders dream? Don't know. Looks like it.
British Defence Ministry, UFOs, UOs, buoyant electrically charged magnetic phenomena.
USOs. Don't forget USOs, Hobbit.
Yeah.
Plasmas have lifelike cellular properties. Pre-life plasma DNA, fourth domain of life. What else have we got? Lifelike plasmas in the thermosphere. Some images now. I love these. These are really sort of blurry images, you know. It's a couple of pixels. This pixel looks like an oval. That's very exciting. 6. All their explanations ruled out. No wreckage, no debris, not ice. Analysis of flight path velocity vectors. Wow, that's not even a quarter of the way through it. That's a lot. So, Lawrence of Arabia, he was pretty interesting. What was his take on UOs? Do you think when he was going into like the churches and other places to study antiquities, and he was doing all those brass rubbings, do you think like when he was looking at Ezekiel and the chariots of fire, and he's like, "Hang on, that's a flying saucer"? Do you think like you'd have come to that conclusion?
I don't know. Are you ready for some fun? Are you ready for some funny and kind of weird and little bit sinister AI news?
Boy, howdy!
Have you ever heard of the Waymo? Or go on then.
Is this the story of an AI which has learnt to lie to people, so that it's saying it's shut down, but actually it's not shut down?
Is that going to be the future BBC program? Would AI lie to me? So the Waymo autonomous taxi company. Have you heard about this, Hobbit? Or Fraser?
The Wittin Wagwam taxi company
has been trialling its driverless vehicle service in San Francisco for several years, with mixed results. Its driverless taxi has exasperated locals by doing things like blocking traffic, obstructing emergency vehicles, killing a dog, and getting stuck in wet concrete, prompting them to fight back by placing traffic cones on the car's bonnets, which confuses their computer system and brings them to a grinding halt. Now they are driving residents of the Soma district to distraction by their nighttime behaviour. Since July, as they return to the Waymo parking lot there, the taxis have taken to honking at each other. It's very distracting during the workday, but most importantly, it wakes you up at 4 a.m, said Christopher Cherry, who lives nearby. The honking peaks in the early hours of the morning when few taxis are needed and most return to base, where their proximity sensors are triggered by other returning cars manoeuvring onto the lot, causing them to honk at each other in warning. We recently introduced a useful feature to help low-speed collisions by honking if other cars get too close while reversing toward us, a Waymo spokesman said. It has been working great in the city, but didn't quite anticipate it would happen so often in our own parking lots. Waymo updated the software to try and stop the honking, but was not entirely successful. The day after the alleged fix, several of the taxis inexplicably overshot the parking lot and got trapped in a nearby cul-de-sac where they continually got in each other's way as they attempted to extricate themselves, leading to another flurry of honking. Then a queue formed at the lots... Go on then, Hobbit.
This is going to be the next crap dystopia. Like, we've got self-driving cars that honk each other so you feel like you're on the streets of Calcutta.
Yeah. Then a queue formed at the lot's entrance as the taxis tried to get in, and a car manoeuvring near the first one caused it to reverse, setting off a chain reaction through the queue, accompanied by incessant honking, continuing the torture for neighbours.
You should be allowed to just set fire to things if they don't stop honking. It should just be like, you know what, understandable. Yeah, they shouldn't have been honking at every hour of the night.
So, do you remember this one, Hobbits? This was 2019. With great fanfare, McDonald's announced partnership with IBM to use AI and voice recognition software to take orders in restaurants. This July, with rather less fanfare, they announced they were going to remove the system from 100 restaurants which they were trialling it, saying after thoughtful review, McDonald's has decided to end our current global partnership with IBM on AOT, which is automated order taking, beyond this year. While AOT had originally caused fury about taking people's jobs, it was determinedly random interpretation of customer orders that got it the chop. Among the things the system decided customers wanted were ice cream topped with bacon, hundreds of chicken nuggets, multiple unwanted cups of tea. One viral TikTok video shows a woman an increasingly frustrated young woman trying to explain to the system that she wants caramel ice cream, while it repeatedly responds by adding multiple pats of butter to her order. Despite this, McDonald's optimistically assert that
it's a pat of butter.
AOT would be part of its restaurant's future. Here's a little packet of butter.
A pat's like an action, like when you pat someone on the bum.
No, it's I'm sure it's a thing.
No, it's not.
Pat of I know it's like it should be like a knob of butter, but maybe
little square packets, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right.
Why don't they say a packet of butter then?
No,
Well, they can't.
It's like a symbol of like butter in it. Like...
American so
a pat of butter typically refers to a small standardised portion of butter, usually around 1 tablespoon or half an ounce, 14 grams. The term likely originates from the Scottish word pat, which means a small piece or portion. It has been used for centuries to refer to a small amount of butter that can easily be spread or served.
And their words are dumb, and they're not real words.
So there you go, that's that. Yeah, pat like cow pat, says living the dream.
I will have a cow pat's worth of butter on my burger, please.
Yeah.
I'll have a doggy do of butter on mine, please.
Cow pat's quite large.
Can I have a Calcutta street shitter of butter, please?
I'd like a mouse dropping of butter, please.
Can I have mashed potato with horse apple sized portion of butter? Is this just going to be volumetric things now? It's just going to be like, it's going to have like
in units of poo.
Yeah.
In units of poo, it's like like when you're waiting cow dung.
Can you imagine like reading The Sun? Like that's for all you watchers out there, for all people that can't think of it. That's like an elephant turd of a thing.
How many Olympic-sized swimming pools of elephant dung is that?
Mm.
How many double-decker buses could you bury in this?
Calcutta butter, nice and runny. Craig Wilson says an Oxford Logsworth Hobbit. I think that's aimed at you, Hobbit.
That's a very esoteric joke you've got there, Craig. The pig. He understands.
How much plasma is that?
It's either a small or a large amount, which may be hot or cold, or dense or not.
It's a large enough amount to block a toilet, isn't it, Hobbit?
I think if you put plasma in the toilet, it would unblock it, surely.
So how about this?
Get some plasma.
How about this for man-made horrors beyond your comprehension, Hobbit? A team at Tokyo University has found a way to give robots faces made of living human skin. They started by growing human skin cells in a lab to create a soft, flexible sheet that can heal if cut, but found it difficult to attach to a robot. The tiny hooks they first tried tore the skin when the robot moved. However, copying the way the human body grows skin, they succeeded. They simulated human ligaments by creating strands of flexible collagen and elastin. What?
At first I was thinking of Terminator, but now I'm thinking Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Star Trek Nemesis. Do you remember with the stretched face people?
Oh, yeah. Is that Nemesis there, in?
Oh, no, it's the one before Nemesis then.
Yeah, that just makes me think of Cassandra from, what is it? That Doctor Who one where they're in the hospital.
Oh, I think I know the one. And
she's in the basement. She's that bit of skin stretched across the thing.
Canvas, yeah.
Yeah.
There's quite a few. I think I'm not going to say it's a trope, but there's more than one piece of film media where someone's got a stretched face.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It's horrible, isn't it? By creating strands of flexible collagen and elastin, they spread as a gel on the robot, secured by thousands of tiny holes in its surface. The skin then successfully bound to this. The natural flexibility of the skin and the strong method of adhesion meant the skin can move with the mechanical components of the robot without tearing or peeling away, said the researcher, Professor Shoji Takeuchi. His team are now working on enabling the skin-wearing robot to form human-like expressions using actuators of muscles inside the device, and can already make the robot produce a rudimentary smile. And before you know it, it'll be using plasma rifles in the 40-watt range.
It's a reminder of Warhammer 40k. There's this alien race called the Necron.
Yeah.
And there's this bit in there, like, The Necrons are basically, what if Terminators were in our tabletop war game where we sell very expensive miniatures?
Yeah.
And there's this ones which are kind of called the flayed ones. And the flayed ones are robots which drape themselves in the skin which they've skinned from their enemies.
Oh, nice.
And yeah. So I'm just thinking of the flayed ones now. And did this comic where, like, there was these flayed one Necrons infiltrating Imperial Guard regiments to fight the Orcs.
Yeah.
And the Commissar is just like, there's something off about that guardsman there. And he's just like, amongst all the Orcs, like splitting them in half. And he's just saying, for the Emperor. It's like, well, he says the right stuff. And he did kill all those Orcs. You get a promotion, trooper. And then he's just like pinning a medal to his chest and like bits of his skin falling off.
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, thank you, Commissar. But I just like the idea that, they either choose to ignore the fact that it's not human or go like, he's too stupid to realize, like, there's something not quite right with that trooper. Like, he seems to have very long, sharp fingernails, and he did tear that orc in half.
So the next one I can't be bothered to do because it's so fucking shallow. It's unbelievable. But they did an AI beauty contest.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And it was won by Kenza Layli, a Moroccan lifestyle influencer who's made of AI.
Who is made of AI?
She's made by AI.
Oh,
Right.
Dom, that's retconning. Yeah, they're now space Egyptian kleptomaniac Terminators, but in the old Cron lore, they would literally just the Terminator, just like wake up, find life exists, gets very angry, murders all life, goes back to sleep for another 60
Oh
million
no, that's
years.
the Warhammer version, the Egyptian one. They're the Tomb Kings, right? They're the
Right, yeah, but what I'm saying is that sometime, I don't know if it was 4th or 5th edition, they decided to make the Necrons, and Necrons were like, yeah, what if instead of the Necrons waking up and just doing a genocide on all living creatures, well, it decided to do bullshit trade and make dynasties and have like internal squabbles and not actually kill all living things? Wouldn't that be way more interesting? What if we took the Goa'uld from Stargate SG-1 and said we're just going to do that, but shitter?
You mean what they actually did was like, Stargate SG-1 seems to be popular. How do we incorporate that into the lore? Is that what you mean, Hobbit?
Well, it's literally anything they see as popular that they can make a quick buck from. Like the Tower was just like, oh, people like these Gundam suit things. What if we made a bunch of weeaboo space aliens and they've got Gundam suits? Okay. Oh, look at this.
everyone's like a raging fucking monster in the Fortean universe. Let's have some good guys. People.
No, they're not good guys.
I know.
Then there's this. I can't remember what the competitor was called. War Machine. That's it. It's this steampunk thing, and it's got these fighting mech things. And then the Games Workshop like, oh, we're going to have fighting mechs, and we're going to call them knights, and they're going to be a bit smaller than Titans, so people can have them on the.
Oh shit! Have you seen Nog's been arrested in Sydney, Australia? A court hearing in Sydney, Australia, decided that Bill El-Fadel was not guilty of charges of murder and attempted murder on grounds of mental impairment. He'd killed one friend and seriously wounded another while in the grip of a delusion that he was Donald Trump's floor sander. And as a result, was being pursued by the Illuminati in planes and helicopters. Voices had told him to kill his friends and buy drugs to free the slaves. Bilal remembers nothing of the attacks, and the court remanded him to the custody of forensic mental health experts.
Right. So here's the thing, right? This person clearly doolally and is never going to get better. Why keep him alive?
Yes.
Why? You know what? Look, just put a bullet in this head.
Dom says, what if they had female custodians? Wouldn't that be good?
That would be amazing, and Amazon agrees with you.
Yeah.
Isn't Femme Sturdies amazing?
So the US Department of Homeland Security has invested in a robot dog. Actually, have you seen any of this robot dog stuff? You know, where he's like kicking the robot dog, where they get someone to like kick the robot dog and try and flip it over and stuff like that, and they can't.
Yeah, and it's showing like how good it is at writing itself.
Yeah.
the MOD commissioned this British company to make a autonomous dog. I think they call it Tyrannus.
Yeah.
One of the features of Tyrannus, but it's called Tyrannus, which apparently is an old Celtic god name for like murdering babies or something.
Mm.
And Tyrannus has got this feature where, because it's like, I don't know, they figure it would be a good idea of, it can eat things like flesh and wood and tires and petrol.
Mostly flesh and bones.
Yeah, and then it can burn it in its biomass reactor for like more energy. So it can actually like kill its victim and then eat it and then use that to like carry on its murder rampage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's called Tyrannus and it has a flamethrower.
Mm.
Nice.
And I think, like, probably one of the engineers was just like, hey, corpses when they decompose give off methane gas. What if we use that to power the flamethrower? Yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, what
We
about
could even,
what about this one? So this one can disable the Internet of Things, smart home devices. Officers fear that suspects might booby trap houses using IoT technology. Yeah.
So what they've done, right, is they've looked at South Africa and gone, oh, look at all these ANC votes.
No. What they're saying is they're saying Alexa, kill the pigs. That's what they're worried about.
Yeah,
because that's going to happen, isn't it? Because that's going to happen.
Well, look, I'm going to like just cut through the propaganda and say what they've done is they looked at your typical ANC voter in South Africa, and the way they'll go to like a remote farm, and they'll use signal jammers so that the farmers can't call out for help, and then they'll proceed to like rape and murder their children and then kill them and set fire to the farm. And this company's just gone, oh, what if we did that, but we disabled their Wi-Fi so that they couldn't call out to people whilst we set them on fire and do whatever heinous shit we're going to do.
So Neo carries an onboard computer and antenna array that will allow officers the ability to create a denial of service, a DOS. Is that different to a DDoS?
Yeah, so the DDoS means distributed denial of service.
Right.
If you've got a server that's powerful enough, you don't need to have a distributed attack. You can just do it from a single thing.
So I assume they're talking, because they're just doing a DOS, they're talking about attacking your router then, are they?
Well, again, denial of service just means like you've got stuff connected to the internet. If we overload it, one way or another, then your service is now denied because.
Is this to prevent people from getting out video of them being, unfortunate accidents happening while they're being arrested?
Yeah, it basically silences them. Nothing can be done because it's all being jammed.
Yeah.
And then you'll just have to take the other side's word for it, like, oh, he had a gun.
Yeah.
We had to murder his dog and his children. He had a gun. It was self-defense. The 18-month child posed a threat to the officers who were defending themselves with their lives. The poodle puppy presented a clear and present threat to the officers in riot armor, so it had to be set on fire and then put into a microwave. Yeah. Good story. I like it. I especially like the bit where we go, this is our future now. This is our future now. This is what we get to look forward to. It's like, looks like you haven't had your daily ration of Bovair enriched milk. So time to get your service denied.
Oh, I've got an even cheery one here, Hobbit. In China, circumcision remains a controversial operation. Many people view the surgery as shameful, while some people believe it enhances sexual prowess. Turns me into a sexual Tyrannosaurus.
The only people that say it enhances sexual prowess are sexual predators.
Yeah.
The people that should be on the sex offenders register. Can I? Are they, when these dogs come to people's houses and do a denial of service on them? Is that so that they can administer a Canadian healthcare outcome to them?
Probably.
Is
So-
that what the euphemism's going to be?
So to correct misconceptions, such as the sort that you peddle, Hobbit, you conspiracy theorist,
Yeah.
and promote positive attitudes and boost levels of acceptance, you're on list
Yeah.
Guo Tao and Wang Xin. The fucking guy's name is
Right.
Wang, and he's circumcising people.
I'm gonna translate this. Chinese market noticed that the Koreans all circumcised. Worst Korea, by the way.
Yeah.
Mandatory circumcision. So they're like, there's a big market for foreskins in Korea, and they're making all this anti-aging cream. By the way, anti-aging cream is made from ground-up baby foreskins. So, all those women that spend
Bub,
like £100.
Hobbit, you haven't even.
you're
That's not even. I haven't even got to the bad bit yet.
Right, so basically, China's like, there's an unseized market here for baby foreskins. We need to like seize in on West Korea's market.
So organised an online professional circumcision contest, live streamed to a strictly controlled, serious audience with more than 100 surgeons taking part in a 3-hour event. Each doctor who participated presented a pre-recorded 6-minute circumcision on video with live commentary, and judges evaluated their work based on technique, explanation and innovation. One female viewer said, "At first, seeing so many male reproductive organs made me feel a bit curious and embarrassed, but I quickly adapted and focused on the surgeries." The winning doctor urologist, Jiang Quickie, accompanied his circumcision with comic illustrations and was praised for his exceptional technique, expertise, and compassionate patient care. To be fair, you've got to be pretty good, because the Chinese are supposed to have really small willies, haven't they?
When like Enola Gay was flying over Japan, why couldn't God have just like blown it off a course and sort of just bombed Peking and Guangzhou and other places? Why couldn't have that happened? God, look, I've seen what you've done for other people. Why can't? Well, look, I'm not asking much for Christmas. I just want to wake up to find that China and India have been turned into a radioactive wasteland. That's not too much to ask for, is it? That's only a small thing. Please, God,
Please,
see to it in your infinite kindness. Just turn them into into molten lava, and that's all I want for Christmas. Just I'm not asking for a car or a blowjob or even an ice cream. I just want China and India wiped off of the face of the earth in nuclear hellfire.
Brazil's no better, because since her first pregnancy, Daniela Vera, 81, from Brazil, had complained numerous times to doctors about abdominal pain and a bulge in her belly, but to no avail. However, after several weeks of discomfort earlier this year, which was unsuccessfully treated as a bladder infection, doctors sent her for a 3D scan. This revealed that Vera was carrying a lithopedion, or a stone baby, an exceedingly rare condition where a baby dies during pregnancy and is not expelled or reabsorbed by the body, and instead gradually calcifies, turning to stone. Often this is because it's an ectopic pregnancy, or one that starts out outside the womb. In Vera's case, the pregnancy had occurred in one of her fallopian tubes, but because it had not caused acute pain or bleeding, the problem had remained unnoticed, and she continued to carry the dead fetus for 56 years, during which she went on to have 7 healthy children. She was old, and we are indigenous, said Vera's daughter. She didn't like going to the doctor. She was afraid equipment to take the exams, blah, blah, blah. But fucking hell, 56 fucking years carrying a baby.
Or one that just rotted into stone, like completely calcified.
Well, she was lucky, because if that had rotted or whatever, that would have turned septic, wouldn't it?
Well, that's why the body covered it in calcium.
Why is it? Dom says, why isn't there a Fallout band of raiders from China called the Uncircumcised?
Fucking Christ.
Do UFOs want our foreskin?
Well, I don't think so. How about this one then? Go on.
Oh, I'm just thinking, there's like Moloch or something. It's like, I demand foreskins. I demand abortions.
Moloch demands foreskins. What else?
It's going to be like Zardoz, It's just like the penis is evil, the baby is evil, the circumciser is good.
I haven't watched Zardoz in years. He really carries off that nappy costume, doesn't he?
I tried to watch it once. I couldn't get into it.
It gets the second half is like really hippy dippy.
Oh yeah, the first half was just normal, everyday post-apocalypse, really.
Yeah.
Giant floating head spewing out guns. Why wasn't that ever a game? Surely that would be a good game. You're on horseback, and then there's this floating head spewing out guns, and everyone has a mad scrabble for guns so that they can go and kill each other.
Yeah.
But that would have been a good Mad Max style game.
How about this one then? I bet you're there magnet fishing off the bayou, St. John's Bridge in New Orleans. A local resident hauled up a human skull padlocked to a 15-pound exercise dumbbell. Baffling police, they'd reported the skull had been fully decomposed, lacking a jaw or top row of teeth when it was thrown in the water, but had no idea as to its identity or why it may have been dumped in the bayou. I think they may have murdered somebody. I'm no criminal expert, but I think perhaps somebody was murdered, and that's how it ended up in there. Or that was just a prank, bro.
We don't know the motive behind this.
Yes,
it's mystery.
It's a mystery, mate. It's a total mystery.
We don't know what could be behind this.
Oh, Hobbit, this one's right up your alley. Dylan Phillips, 38, has set the world record for the fastest motorised wheelbarrow, hitting 52 mile an hour during speed tests.
Yeah, that's all right. I like that.
Built out of a combination of a wheelbarrow and a scrap scooter, the vehicle was uncomfortable and terrifying to drive, said Phillips. But he added that beating the record felt fun and surreal. Could you imagine that fucker tips over at 46 mile an hour? You're going to be fucking strawberry jam, wouldn't you?
What I don't get with that is, so you with a wheelbarrow where you lift up the handles and then you're carrying it and it moves because you push it.
Yeah.
This is a powered wheelbarrow, and it's going at 50 miles an hour.
So surely it's going to be. So it's got to be tipped at. So the wheels have got to be under the stand bits, which means you're tipped forward. So literally any movement from you and that barrow's going fucking over, isn't it?
But I assume the operator's not just being like dragged across concrete. Is he like on roller skates or something?
No, he'd be in it, wouldn't he? Which is why I'm saying any movement from him and you're going over, you're road rash, isn't it?
But if you're inside the wheelbarrow, how do you lift it up? Because you got to lift up a wheelbarrow.
It'll be wheels. It'll be wheels under the back, won't it?
Well, then it's a trike. It's not a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, of course it has, but it's made out of a wheelbarrow. It's like the shed bloke, isn't it?
Oh, so world's fastest trike, more news at 10. I mean, look, if I say, this is the world's fastest toaster, and I like rent a sports car for the day and go 160 down Nuremberg, it's just like, yeah, but it's not the world's fastest toaster. It's
oh my God, Hobbit, it's worse than you think.
What?
So basically, he stood on the back, like Roman chariot style.
And so... has he got roller skates?
No, he's on his fucking knee. Hold on, I've got a picture of it. Hold on.
Yeah, come on. The picture describes 1,000 words. Let's show the audience what this so-called wheelbarrow that's motorised looks like. By the way, have you seen?
Are you going to poo-poo? Are you going to poo-poo his wheelbarrow? Are you? Are you poo-pooing the wheelbarrow? The wheelbarrow's up now.
Well, so far, the way you've described it, it doesn't sound like a wheelbarrow. It sounds like a trike. Yeah, so what he's done there is a trike, but the body of the trike, and this is for the radio audience and the wireless.
Yeah.
Imagine, if you will, a tricycle with a powered front wheel.
Imagine a motorbike you kneel down on, but there's a wheelbarrow in the middle of it.
Imagine, if you will, the front wheel happens to be the front wheel of a wheelbarrow, and then he's welded on the frame of a little go-kart to the back of it.
Yeah.
So the wheelbarrow is in effect a motorised wheelbarrow.
So it's not as dangerous as I thought. I thought, the bits from the handles where it comes down there, I thought the wheels would be there and that'd be motorised, which would be fucking deadly. Because any kind of a shift in weight and that's it, you're going over, and you know what wheelbarrows are like, don't you?
But here's the thing, right? What's to stop me from like hiring a Luton van and going on the same race course? I put his wheelbarrow in the back of it, and it's like, oh look, guys, I'm doing 90 miles an hour. I've beaten your record. And I did it with a diesel. I did it with a diesel engine. Come on, give me £1 million of breaking this fucking record, then.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'm not doing anything next week. I'll turn up. I'll drive a Luton van at 90 miles an hour on this racecourse, dickheads. Yeah, just strap down a wheelbarrow. It's like, look, guys, it's the world's fastest wheelbarrow. Isn't this exciting?
Oh, how about this one then? I bet this one's interesting. This should bring you back. Are you mid-rant?
Why don't we load up the this Luton van with a bunch of other shit? World's fastest toaster, world's fastest sofa, world's fastest rice cooker, world's fastest slow cooker. Just stick all your like garden household rubbish in the back of the van, and I'll drive it around Brands Hatch and be like, "Wow, this is amazing! You're breaking multiple records at the same time. You're literally like that guy who killed Jill Dando. The one who roller skated off of those buses." Yeah. Not because I've murdered any TV presenters.
Yeah,
I have alibis.
He's completely unable to do that.
Yeah,
you can't remember it. He's got shaky hands. That means he's completely unable to kill Jill Dando, despite being a stuntman.
How is he able to like jump over multiple buses, execute Jill Dando?
What if he actually was Freddie Mercury's brother and he was in the SAS and he was just like putting people off with his weirdness?
Well, he's managed to convince like expert witnesses for the judges that, sorry, this guy's really retarded. He doesn't even know how to tie his own shoelaces. Yeah, but his video of him like jumping over multiple buses on the motorbike. Yeah, but no one says he had to tie shoelaces for that. That was done for him. Yeah, but he got on the motorbike and jumped over those buses. Yeah, and retards jump over buses all the time.
Don't mean they can't have Velcro shoes.
It's just part and parcel. Yeah, Velcro shoes, and he's got a Velcro crash helmet. And yet he had a Velcro strap on his gun. Oh, and by the way, you can just go into Wix and get guns in the UK. There's no sort of restrictions on where and how to purchase firearms. Just any fucking retard can buy a gun and execute Jill Dando. By the way, do you know what Jill Dando was doing before she got executed by this guy who's legally recognised as a retard?
I know she didn't have any evidence that would lead to the arrest and conviction of James Savile, did she?
Yeah, that's it. She was going to do a documentary about child abuse in the BBC and how names like Esther Ranson and Sir Jimmy Savile keep popping up. Funny that.
Paranormal writer Ron Halliday has decided that Orkney's Neolithic sites were built to fight off aliens. There are some Pictish stones.
Back to the aliens in the BBC. Yeah. So you know how the BBC is like this UFO cult, and they take people's money and they say it's for the greater good, right?
Yeah.
So part of the teletax money
it's for the greater good.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're going to take the teletax money, right? And we're going to commission a statue of this bloke getting knobbed off by a little boy who's on his knees.
Yeah.
And it turns out the sculptor of this is a convicted sex offender. And we're just going to have that on.
You sound like a swivel-eyed loon conspiracy theorist, Hobbit.
I might be, as Sir Keir Starmer, dear leader, says, a far-right thug.
Yeah.
But I like that. That's the strange UFO conspiracy in the BBC. How aliens took over our broadcasting corporation, and just be like, yeah, we're going to say that neighbours were in Roman Britain, and also child sex everywhere, because, BBC. Esther Ranson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said. So he thinks that
Hey.
Fraser, you might know.
Do you know
You
what's
used to
really
live
funny?
up here. He said there are some Pictish
Do you know what's
stones
really
with
funny
pictures
about
of.
Esther Ranson?
There are some Pictish stones with
Just briefly.
What?
Right?
Go on, then.
Pictish stones, right? So Esther Ranson's like, I'm going to do a show called Childline, where don't
not
ring
a
up the
show.
police.
It wasn't a show.
Oh,
it was,
I'm
it was
going
an
to do a
actual
charity
phone
called,
line. Hobbit.
yeah, right. Esther Ranson says, don't ring up the police to tell them that you've got nonced by Jimmy Savile. Ring up Childline instead, and we'll deal with it.
And we'll
then
sweep it under the rug for you.
Yeah, that was really good. Thanks, Esther Ranson. Thanks for protecting victims of child sexual abuse.
Yeah, so
Well, actually, no.
Say, look, the child hunting crime has gone down this year because we didn't get any reports. I wonder why.
Actually, no. She wasn't protecting victims of child sexual abuse. Thanks for doing the opposite of that, Esther Ranson. And with the co-host Sir Jimmy Savile.
Jesus. Yeah. Anyway, what about the Pictish stones, Henry?
Oh, yeah. So there are some Pictish stones with pictures of folk kind of fleeing things. Oh, this is starting to fall apart now. I thought this represents an attack from the sky, he says. There are questions about whether Skara Brae or May Show. Have you been to either of those two?
No, don't think so. Skara Brae sounds familiar.
They were intended as protection from nuclear war and an ancient battle with aliens. He accuses archaeologists of hiding the truth. So he might just be off his meds.
Or, yeah, it could be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about those Scottish castles where they've got like melted stone walls?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that could just be, God's judgment, couldn't it? Like,
on the Scottish
during 70 AD, yeah.
For voting SNP.
Oh no, that hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting.
Okay, then this is interesting.
The thing is that God back in the day smoked the Scots for voting for SNP 2,000 years in the future.
Yeah.
Pre-crime.
God White. do you remember Humza Yousaf's famous speech?
Yeah.
God White.
No.
Do you know, remember? He just listed off loads of people, and it's just dead weird that there's loads of people in Scotland that are white and have jobs.
Weird.
And Humza Yousaf was absolutely gobsmacked by this.
Yeah.
But he was saying it's racist how white Scotland is.
Yeah.
Imagine 96% country of white people is racist.
Jesus, white. God, white. Mary, white.
Adolf Hitler, white. Sir Jimmy Savile, white.
Esther Ranson, white.
That bloke who killed Jill Dando, white.
Yeah.
Jerry Nadler, white, except for his trousers.
Kim, white. Yeah, fucking.
Oh, Kim from How Clean Is Your House, definitely white.
Yeah.
Not after I'm done with her, though.
So the first annual Space Piracy Conference has been announced for February 2025 to take place at the US Naval Academy. Yeah, this is weird, isn't it? Space piracy. You wouldn't download a spaceship. You wouldn't download Mars, would you?
You wouldn't steal the Death Star plans.
Yeah. Some Somalians just going to start stealing UFOs. Is that it?
You wouldn't download Mars, would you? So it's to take place at the US Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. So if they're having to have a conference about space piracy, are we to assume that they have been in space for quite some time?
Are space Somalians space stealing their spaceships?
Space Somalians.
Like, what does it even mean? What do they mean?
The space Somalians have been like stealing spaceships in space. Space Somalians.
I am the astronaut now. Organised by the Centre.
I am the space pirate.
Organised by the Centre for the Study of Space Crime, Piracy and Governance. So, Space Crime, Piracy and Governance It is not for space pirates, but is an invite-only symposium that brings together experts prepared to review crime, piracy, and smuggling in space. So literally, somebody's just watched Star Wars and they've gone, "Oh, that Han Solo, he's a bad un, isn't he?"
Smuggling in space, like
Yeah.
from where? What?
He's worried. He's worried. He's worried that someone might do the Kessel Run in under 4.5 parsecs.
There's that thing in the.
Oh, how do we get an invite to this fucking symposium?
Well, you have to commit space piracy. The first space crime was committed by a woman. You remember the ISS thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I don't actually want to be on the space station anymore, so I'm going to drill a hole in the airlock, which will cause a small leak, which means that this research station will now have to be scrapped because it can't be repaired, because my vagina's dry."
Fucking crap.
Because she's already fucked everybody on the spaceship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? Yeah. Fucking yeah.
I like how NASA says, "Oh, when we send the first manned mission to Mars, we'll have an all-female crew."
Oh, Hobbit! You remember Phil McCann and who was the other one?
Alan Drinkwater.
Is that because it takes 9 months to get to Mars?
Well, there's a new kid on the block, Hobbit, telling the story of his penile cancer and penis removal and subsequent recovery in the Daily Mail was Craig Mycock, a former bus driver from Stockport.
These are not real names. This is about as believable as those letters written to Dear Miriam. These aren't real. Look, I know you can get someone, and the actor's going to be called, like, the role is Phil McCann or Alan Drinkwater, but and then people say, "Oh, actually, no, these aren't just like character names. This is their real name for real." And be like, "Well, look,
Phil McCann. Oh man, what? I just
do you
realised.
know about
Holy shit.
Phil McCann?
No.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Phil McCann.
So anyway, Mr. Mycock talking about his penis.
His penis amputation. He had penis cancer and it got removed.
All right.
And subsequent recovery. I don't think you really recover having your penis removed.
Oh, what? He got his penis back then, did he?
I don't think you really recover it, do you?
Well, they say he recovered.
Are you ready? Are you ready for a?
That means he must have got it back then, right? If he recovered.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so. I think they just mean recovery from cancer, not recovery from losing your penis.
No, it's like milk teeth. You've got a milk penis. The first one falls off and the new one grows in its place.
Oh, milk penis.
Oh dear, I can't tell you what that reminds me of.
Men have learned this sooner, fucking hell.
Did your penis fall off when you were 6 years old, and you got your new penis come through, and it was bigger and longer than the first one?
Is that what kids? Is that what parents of trans kids tell them? Say, well, you got your milk penis that comes through after if you change your mind.
No.
My favorite one
is that what they told Jazz Jennings? Was it? Hobbit?
My favorite one is with the women zipper tits, and then they go, "Oh, I've changed my mind. This week I want to be a woman. When are my tits going to grow back?"
Yeah,
and like this is a genuine question they ask their doctors. Like, my tits going to grow back, right? It's just like, yeah, sure, those were your milk tits.
Yeah.
Your new tits will grow back, and they'll be bigger than the old ones. Right.
Do you want to hear about a criminal genius now, Hobbit? Fraser.
Oh, is it the guy who killed Jill Dando?
I've got a better one than that. Prison officer Christian Gomez, 40, accidentally triggered alarms by wearing a metal penis ring to work at HMP Forest Bank in Salford. This led to him.
Wait, hang on. His name's Mr. Gomez. Like Mr. Hello, my name is Senor Gomez, and he
Christian
works at
Gomez,
HMP England.
Yeah.
So Christian Gomez, Mr. I work in the UK HMP
Forest Bank.
So he's working in the United Kingdom prison service.
Yeah, you're burying the lead, Hobbit, because this led to him being searched. So he was searched, which revealed he was smuggling tobacco and cannabis into the prison. Police then raided his home and discovered a stash of more than 15 grand's worth of drugs. As a result, he returned to jail, this time as an inmate with a 28-month sentence. Ba-da-ba-da.
So I assume...
Who would have guessed fucking Mexican guy?
Why? You know that the thing is, right? Like you see these smugglers, and they're doing like illegal shit, like driving at 90 miles an hour on the hard shoulder when everyone else has stopped, and doing stuff that's like, "Hello, police, look at me. I'm suspicious. You should pull me over and search my vehicle." Why is it when you're smuggling contraband into a prison, also tobacco into a prison? Won't people notice the smell of tobacco? But anyway, you go into prison, right, and you're smuggling contraband, and you know there's metal detectors, so you go, I'm going to wear a cock ring. Yeah, I'm going to make a stainless steel cock ring. That'll be a good idea.
Yes.
Couple of idiots bought a pot-bellied pig, and they fed it coke and junk food.
Oh, is this going to be cocaine pig?
No, not that kind of coke. The other kind, the bad kind of coke. This poor pig ballooned to a 26 stone, and they lived in a flat.
What were they raising the pig for meat, or?
No, it got taken away and taken to an animal sanctuary where it lost the load of weight and became a normal pig again.
I went to Aldi the other day, and I bought 1.7 because you're not allowed to buy 2 litres anymore. I bought 1.75 litres of cola, and that was £2.50. And why would you go, hey, this drink costs £2.50 for a little bit. I'm going to feed that to a pig. Why would you?
How about this? How about this then? Mark Garland, 58, a bus driver from Trowbridge in Wiltshire, found himself sitting next to his lookalike on a flight from Heathrow to Bangkok. This turned out to be Mark Garland, 62, a Bristol builder. Both love Thailand and have, I don't know, whatever they do in fucking Thailand. Have visited multiple times, and they also realised they have a friend in common.
Yeah.
So we have a friend in common. Do you think the friend's like, oh, like you visit me quite often, but you can't remember the last conversation we had?
Yeah, it's like, and at no point has this friend ever gone, hey, your name's Mark, you look just like my mate Mark. Or, you're both called Mark Garland. Yeah. Or does this idiot think they're both the same person?
Yeah, it probably does, yeah. That's what I think. Yeah, he's like, oh, he's just a dippy friend who doesn't remember our last conversation.
Oh, he fucking schizo, he is, Mark Garland. He never remembers anything I say to him.
Says, oh, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in weeks. It's like, what are you talking about? I saw you yesterday. We went to the pub together. Mark Garland, 62. What do you mean? We didn't go to the pub together. Mate of Mark Garland, 62. Yes, we did. We went to the pub yesterday. You were telling me about how you love this whore in Thailand, and you're going to give her all the money, and you're going to sell the house, and you're going to move with her and set up a bar.
You told us about that time the storm was coming, and you wanted to shut the door.
It's like, I do want to set up a bar, but that's going to be in Pat Pong, and I don't love her. I just like having sex with her. Mark Garland, 43.
Just that friend has to be educationally subnormal, doesn't he?
I get a feeling everybody in this story is very stupid.
Yeah.
Mark, you've aged 20 years. Next time he sees him, oh, Mark, you've de-aged like 20 years. What's happening?
Is this guy just like really stoned and just like gone, why is it some days he looks 20 years older and never seems to recollect the conversations we have? I'll have to ask him about that one of these days.
It's really weird. It's almost like he's two different people.
Mark, why is it that you walk slightly differently, look 20 years older, and don't recollect the conversations we have? And then you say you miss me, but we had a talk, we went to the pub yesterday, and you have no recollection of that. How do you do it?
I have
Maybe
no idea.
he just thinks it's a prank. Maybe he just thinks like, oh, you're having me on again. You're doing one of those funny jokes Mark Garland, 62's friend, that does, aren't you? So now are they all going to go to the same like Thai brothel together and just gone, laughing about times like, oh, I thought you and he were like the same guy. Now it's together. It's so weird seeing you. There needs to be like some sitcom about like 3 idiots in Thailand or something. And I think the show just probably fade out after the first series.
So do you want to do some? Do you want to do some mysteries then explained, or are we done?
Is their friend Dopey Chris?
Could be.
Before we go on that, I'm going to have a look at. I'm going to go on
Hobbit.
4chan.
Google's new quantum computer chip may interact with parallel universes.
Yeah, they keep saying that all the time.
Yeah. Doesn't anything quantum basically not exist?
No.
So they're going to sell you imaginary computer chips now, are they?
Oh, here we go. Masonic secrets revealed by a Templar Grand Master.
Ooh.
Is that going to be Freighter X? So let me have a look. I'm going to click on it, and it is Knights Templar. Vatican is covering up bones of Jesus Christ. Oh, it's not Freighter X. It's someone else. All right, cool. Okay, Bones of Jesus Christ. That sounds interesting. I'll probably listen to that.
Oh,
It's
right.
disclosed.
Tell us about it.
Oh, what? More about what he's going to say then. Okay. So the topic's covered: what the Holy Grail is, what the Ark of the Covenant is, secret anti-gravity properties of gold, lies of the Vatican and the Church, history and secrets of the Knights Templar, how Masonry is related to ancient Egypt. Well, that bit's not really a secret, is it? How Egyptians cut those stones. The universe is mind stuff. We're in the mind of the creator. Anything else? Did Tim reveal the full mana extraction process? There's one scene in Atlantean Secrets revealed by the Knights Templar where you see him fucking around with a pH meter, but I don't know if this is seen from a different video or episode of the series. I've been able to find more. No, he did not reveal the full process. There's got to be an uber-giga Chad Templar secret. But he does reveal a lot about it. He says it's the process of refining gold down to its monatomic state, which produces a sort of white powder. Funny enough, I heard about that being used in the NHS as a cure for arthritis. Turns out gold is it's been used in medicine. Yeah, when you make it monoatomic, it becomes very reactive. It's strange. Like most of the time, it's inert because it's got its own specific gravity. But then, if you get it down to a small enough powder, incredibly reactive. Very strange metal, not well understood. Interesting enough, you can also buy monatomic gold supplements online and ingest it, albeit be very much diluted and not much within the supplement you get. Some say it helps boost psychic abilities.
Also conductivity, obviously.
Have a secret to anti-gravity, sell it as a supplement. Brother, you've been grifted.
Someone got grifted on the internet.
Fuck.
He's gone a.
Wait, you can't buy anti-gravity in a pill. Fuck.
Why would I want anti-gravity dick pills? He's
less gravity on your dick,
so
so it gets harder.
It's not. Yeah.
Here we go. Right, some real schizoanalysis.
There's no gravity pulling it down, mate. Just
real
longer.
Wouldn't that be more beneficial to like women with their tits? Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine if Kim's tits were gravity defying?
Yeah.
God blimey, I can imagine that.
Yeah,
can you imagine Denise Van Outen with
rather knees.
Denise Van Outen with gravity defying tits.
Imagine Denise Van Outen. You remember when you used to watch her on The Big Breakfast? Now she's old enough to have saggy tits.
Do you remember like Denise Van Outen and Melinda Messenger were bouncing up and down on a trampoline and they were covered in oil?
No.
Oh, maybe this is just like one of those.
I think it might have been one of your dreams, Hobbit.
Yeah.
It came to me in the dream.
Oh, it came to me.
So this guy here is saying, "Are you not aware of what's coming? God is about to close up shop on the planet. Would you like a link to what I'm about to read? It's very dramatic.
No.
I'll post the link. I'll carry on read it. He's about to close up shop on this planet. It could happen any day now. C notes 1, 13, 14, 18, and 19 at the bottom.
Is it a bit like the modern audience? Any day now it's going to happen. Any day now.
Oh, good. A link to a Reddit post. That's what.
Oh wow! If the secrets of the universe are going to be anywhere, they're going to be on Reddit, aren't they?
Revelation chapter 8 verse 12. Time is 50% faster now. That's what it's be. What's he say? And before you read the synopsis below, let me say this: I think the Bosra framework is the only valid framework. He puts that in all caps in Christian eschatology. At first, it may seem beyond absurd. Easy for you to say, and even non-biblical. Upon closer examination, though, you'll realise it's the real deal and 100% biblical. Synopsis: the second coming of Jesus will occur on Earth. First of all, the planet that we're currently on is Bosra, not Earth. Bosra is basically a replica.
Why does everyone call it Earth then?
Secondly, people who have lived here their entire
Serious
lives
question. Why does everyone call it Earth? Like, Earth isn't mentioned in the Bible, is it? So, like, it's not like we're particularly wedded to the name Earth or Bosra, is it?
Oh, the Earth. That's why I guess we call it the Earth, because it's the Earth.
Yeah.
The Earth
it's the Earth which we stand on.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't have a proper name like the other planets. It's just the Earth.
Wait, you're wrong.
It's one of those. Oh no, we don't live on Earth. We live on Bosra, which happens to be like Earth, but it's called Bosra instead of Earth. So anyway,
is there any particular reason we need to make this distinction?
Because we're not living on Earth, we're living on Bosra.
Okay.
The second coming of Jesus will occur on Earth, not Bosra.
Okay.
Secondly, people have lived here their entire lives. Yeah. They need to realise that this planet was never Earth, and it never will be. It's an imposter planet. Bosra is the sanctuary planet that God's elect.
JML going to do an advert for this one. Don't you just hate it when you're on the wrong planet, on an imposter Earth?
Oh, but wait, it's not that bad. He says, you see, Bosra is the sanctuary planet that God's elect are sent to so that they're not on Earth when the Antichrist is in power. Oh, I'm so glad we're on the sanctuary planet where Sir Keir Starmer is the
I need to find out who does the JML voiceovers and pay him to go, welcome to Fortean Words. And in his little voice there.
Hi, I'm Barry Scott, and welcome to Fortean Words.
It's not Barry Scott that does JML, is it? It's
Bang, and the fucking words are gone.
Bang, and the 14
Have you seen an alien?
The shark science is gone. Yeah.
Aliens, what's all
that
about?
Hi, I'm Barry Scott,
then?
and I used to work on an artillery range.
Cryptozoology, starring guest Ian and Dom. All right. So anyway, Bosra is the sanctuary planet that God selects. However, instead of having to deal with the Antichrist, Bosra will have to deal with Jesus when he comes here for the Day of Vengeance.
Fucking Bosra.
Which could happen any day now.
Any day now.
1.5. Yeah. After 1.5 years of this Day of Vengeance, a day being 1.5 years long, this planet will be destroyed and the elect will be going back to Earth with Jesus. Some Bosra natives will be going to Earth as well. Okay. Here are 2 comments that I recently made on YouTube. Comment 1. I'll say it again regarding to the tribulation. What you have described me is all correct 100%, but only applies to Earth. You're describing Earth's timeline.
Why do they call it like a tribulation is something really petty and small, isn't it? I've never understood why they call it a tribulation.
I don't think it is it?
However, we're on Bosra. There's no 7-year tribulation here. As a matter of fact, I and other members of the elect were placed on this planet in order to be kept away. You know what? I prefer it when Terry Davis goes on a schizo rant. So I've never heard of Bosra before. I'm out. I'm not interested.
So a tribulation is an experience that tests one's endurance, patience, or faith, sin and burden.
Oh, so it's the tribulation reading schizo babble.
Yeah, tell us some more schizo babble, Hobbit.
Oh, well, I thought I was going to go back to the parent thread about the Templar guy rather than reading Schizo Babble. Unless the audience, are you interested in what the Schizo's got to say about Bosra?
Yeah.
You know, one in the
Because every
chat, you want
time
to
you
hear
say
Bosra.
Bosra, I keep thinking you're saying Basra, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
I keep thinking Basra as well.
All right.
Is that what is Bosra
All
where
right,
the
let's
are we in the Stargate? Are we?
let's talk more about Yakub and his followers on Bosra then. There's no 7-year tribulation here. As a matter of fact, I and other members of the elect were placed on this planet, which planet, Bosra or Earth, in order to be kept away from the tribulation events that you describe in your videos. Although, instead of having to deal with the Antichrist, Bosra will have to deal with Jesus when he comes here for the day of vengeance. What if it's
And
a
oh
sanctuary
boy, is he
planet?
pissed.
So if Bosra is the sanctuary planet and Jesus is coming there for his day, which lasts 1.5 years long,
Yeah.
18 months of vengeance against the sanctuary planet, then where's the sanctuary?
Is he just going to be like Alex Jones
why?
shouting a lot? Is that what it's going to? You got
It's-
18 months of like Alex Jones making your ears bleed.
Testing your patience.
It's like Wile E. Coyote is he done like Bosra? He's painted like this tunnel on the wall and like Jesus, he's sort of going for it, and then he runs right through it, and then like the coyote chases after him, and Bosra turns to be real, and he just like slams into the face of the mountain, and is that what it is? Like Bosra's kind of like a trap to trap Jesus. So what we sad part about all of this is that we, brackets I and others, are members of God's elect, and yet no one on this planet is taking.
It's a good job he clarified who we are, because I was quite confused as to who we were until he clarified.
I thought I was God's elect.
It's so frustrating! Exclamation mark. In order for you to understand what's going on, though, you'll have to read and watch the content. To access it, you can either go to the pin post that I mentioned before, it takes you to the main page, or see my playlist and the page that's in the title.
Do we have to buy his supplements? We don't have to buy his supplements, do we?
I think it's just a YouTube playlist. I recommend going to the page first before watching the playlist. Brackets, you'll see what I mean. Keep in mind that this content is designed to be comprehensive yet digestible, and you should be able to get through all of it in under 4 hours. And don't worry, it's all free. If you have any questions,
so we've got to pay him £100 for 4 hours of content. Is that what he's saying?
Well, yeah, he said it's all free. So,
I thought he said we had to pay for it.
No, I think you have to pay for his jerk off crystals.
Oh, okay.
You have to pay in like time that you'll never get back.
What, like watching the greatest story never told?
Yeah.
Well, you're right for the last battle.
Yeah. So comment 2. If you haven't read the material and watched the playlist yet, then what I'm about to say may be a bit confusing. Oh, well, I'm glad we've established that. I don't know how long this planet's existed or how long the Edomites, i.e. the people of Bosra, have served as duplicates of humans on Earth. At some point after 2014, though, the elect were transferred.
They ain't pulled the wool down on his eyes, though, have they? He's fucking bang on it.
No.
He's on it like a car bonnet.
Yeah, he knows that this isn't Earth, this is Bosra.
Yeah, he knows which way is up.
The 7-year tribulation started on Earth around 2015 and has been going on for about 6 Earth years.
Don't you feel silly now a bit for thinking this was Earth all this time?
So
I thought I was in Earth, and it turns out I'm actually in Bosra.
Yeah. Don't you feel silly?
Oh, but you see, Bosra is now about 9 Bosra years into the tribulation because time is 50% faster here. That's how time works.
Yeah,
it does when you get old though a bit, doesn't it? Like a week. This year's been about 2 months.
Oh yeah, it has. It's been
I remember when the Jews were like fleeing the tunnel like rats, and they told us that wasn't a soiled mattress. That was just last week.
Or a baby chair.
Oh yeah, the baby chair with straps on it, so the baby doesn't fall out. That was. I didn't see that. I don't believe my lying eyes because they told me I never saw that, and there wasn't any mattresses in the walls anyway. So what are you talking about? That never happened.
What do you mean there was no cellar?
And anyway,
it's not there was no mattress. There was no cellar for the mattress to be in.
there wasn't any Jews digging tunnels under major thoroughfares in New York City. That was all done by like Mexican
no, if you
immigrants.
go there now, Hobbit, you'll just find concrete. That's all you'll
Yeah,
find.
yeah.
Fucking...
And there was no basement in Comet Ping Pong either.
They find it funny how they're always accusing the Palestinians of tunneling under Gaza and stuff.
So,
they're just jealous that they're better at it, maybe.
The two planets used to have very similar timelines. The difference is seen what people call the Mandela effect. But since 2015...
Oh no, is he attempting to schizo-post his theory into the Mandela effect, is he?
Well, you know, I wanted to go back to the main X thread, but I'm now reading this schizo babble about Bosra. But since 2015, the timelines have been completely different. Earth is going through the 7-year tribulation as described in the Bible. Oh, thanks for putting that in brackets. So, you know, I needed to know what that was from. And Bosra is, well, Bosra. But
does Keir Starmer being voted in herald the start of the tribulations then, does it?
So if this planet is Bosra and Keir Starmer's here on Bosra, then who's like Prime Minister of the United Kingdom on Earth during this time?
Kerry Badenoch.
Is it? I was going to say, is it someone worse than Keir Starmer? Oh yeah, but
probably Nigel Farage. Yeah.
Remember, time flows like faster in Basra by 50% than that. So maybe it's Boris Johnson, Prime Minister.
Or have they got a timeline where Richard Tice grows a spine and deposes Farage for being too weak?
They got a timeline where Joan Rivers says, "I was just joking about Michelle Obama. Please don't kill me."
Please no bully.
Yeah, I don't have evidence that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. So this Bosra then, let's get into it. But make no mistake, Jesus come here for the day of vengeance, which lasts 18 months. Bosra is an Edomite planet, and God has already vowed to destroy the Edomites.
The day / 18 month tribulation, whatever it's called.
Why is it going to take 18 months? Why can't just like God, if he's going to destroy the Edomites,
he's just taking his time with it.
Or why can't he just like smash it in one go? Like, you know,
it's
flies like a...
This isn't just any old apocalypse. This is a Jesus apocalypse.
So let's see. Thus, any Edomite who is saved would actually be a bonus or favour on God's part. As far as I know, in order to be saved, Bosra natives will need to do a tad more than the standard repenting of their sins and trusting in Jesus. They also have to acknowledge why Jesus is coming here, meaning they must be informed about, so am I on Earth or am I on Bosra?
How do you know if you're on Earth or Bosra? I mean, surely you'd be able to read this post in both Bosra and Earth, right?
Do I just like zoom out on Google Maps until it tells me I'm looking at Earth or Bosra? you know when you zoom out on the country and it shows you what the country name is?
Yeah.
So, actually, what happens if I type in Earth on Google Maps? So it just be like, no, don't you mean Bosra? Let's just have a look at Google. So on Google Maps right now, and it's loading. Search Google Maps. Earth. Evolutionary Arts Hackney. There's Eartham in Chichester, Earthcote Green Bristol, Earth Trust Little Whitting Abingdon UK. There we go.
Is it Bosra in Syria or is it Bosra Theatre?
The schizo doesn't actually say what it is. He just keeps talking about Bosra being a Edomite planet.
Or you can go to Bus. Oh, that's Busra, not Bosra.
Busra.
Buswanker.
Yeah.
So, you have to also acknowledge.
So we're gonna have to go to Bosra. I don't know. You don't really want to go. It's all called Busra.
So
why do I type in Bosra? It says Bosra, and then it's Busra when you fucking Google Maps. Doesn't even know where Bosra is. Fancy not knowing where fucking Bosra is.
Well, Bosra is the planet Bosra, so you know.
Right, let's try DuckDuckGo. Bosra planet.
Edomites. Yandex is quite good for searching stuff, and Bing, but Bing's not.
Fucking hell, they keep trying to get me to go. As Big Syria taken over like Wikipedia or something? Because Bosra just goes Bosra, Arabic, Romanized Busra, formerly Bostra, and officially called Busra al-Sharam. Romanized is a town in southern Syria.
So, they also have to acknowledge why Jesus is coming here, meaning they must be informed about all of this Bosra info. Most of the Christians on this planet who become aware of this information assume that it's heretical. But in terms of God's judgment, the opposite is actually true. In the current state, the Christians of this planet, that is the natives, not the elect, will be slaughtered by Jesus when he comes here for the day of vengeance. Again, God has already vowed to destroy the Edomites, and so a special kind of repentance is required on their part if they want to survive the day of vengeance, which lasts 18 months. Here is note 18 from the Reddit post. Note 18. Picture of what
Bosra's mentioned in the Bible. Bozrah.
Yeah, I think that's where the schizo's getting the name Bosra from.
Yeah, it's the capital of Edom.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why he's talking about Edom and Bosra. Picture a world masquerading as a...
So it sounds
a
like it's in
cosmic
Egypt, because it may be identical to Basira, which lies about 7 miles southwest of Tulifer on the main road to Petra. Would that be...
In this hypothetical world...
Yeah.
Petra's not in Egypt, though. Petra's in Syria, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, okay then.
Or Jordan or somewhere.
I think this may be a wild goose chase you're on, because Bosra is not on Earth. Bosra is anywhere at all, anywhere but home. Because Bosra is anywhere, Liverpool or Rome.
Bosra is anywhere but home. Anywhere but home. Yeah, but it's supposed to be our home, isn't it, Bosra?
Well, I don't know, you see. I assume this guy is on Bosra, and we're on Earth, but then how... Unless he's saying that Starlink is connecting the two planets together, and that's why his schizo internet is working on Earth internet. All right. Picture a world masquerading as Earth, a cosmic doppelganger. In this
I can't stand
world,
why do these people have to fucking write like this? Why do they have to write like a fucking snippy teenage girl? No, I'll tell you who they write like. They write like fucking Brutus in the Brutus Diaries.
Yeah, he's a schizo, and he thinks he's very important what he's got to say. Oh, so here we go. And it's governed. So in this hypothetical world, this world's hypothetical, right? Time ticks differently. The human anatomy is vastly different, and is governed by a tribe that is destined for an apocalypse.
So is that the human anatomy where the kidneys are in the ribs?
In the fucking rib cage.
Yeah.
It's the anatomy where he's definitely got implants in his skull, and the doctors won't take them out because they're part of the gang stalking conspiracy.
Yeah.
Why won't they open up his skull? You know what? If I was a doctor and there's like this annoying schizo coming in, it's like, doctor, you got to open up my skull. Be like, all right, let's do it. Wait, aren't you good? No, I've got a pickaxe here. We'll do it in an hour. So wait, shouldn't you no, I can't be bothered with anesthetic or stuff. Just
think that curing
down there.
Oh,
just like, hang on, you've got an angle grinder. Doc, I need to take this. It's like, hey, look, if there's any like implants in your skull, I'll find them. All right.
I'm gonna have a good dig around in there.
Hey, what's your ice cream scoop for?
You just get like a hammer and angle grinder. It's like, those don't look like surgical tools. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, the schizophrenic's telling me that I don't know how to do my job. Come on, look, you don't want the gang stalkers to win, right? So let me take implants out of your skull.
You don't want Zombie George Bush to win, do you? Zombie George Bush will win if you don't let me do this.
Look, if you don't let me take the implants out of your skull, the Bosraites, Ians, will win. No, they're Edomites. Yeah, you see? They're messing with you now. That's your implants talking. That's not you. Well, why can't we do this like with the trannies? We indulge them in their fantasy. Why can't we indulge the schizophrenics and say, yeah, you're right. There is implants in your teeth. Let's pull them out. Come on.
Yeah.
Up you get. I've got some pliers. Let's pull out all your teeth.
Up your
Let's
pop.
do it. Yeah. Come on, dickhead. Let's whip those tits off as well. You know, get your milk tits out. Oh, that could be taken out of context, couldn't it? You know, your milk penis will fall off and you get a new one come in place.
Oh,
so T. Lawrence, then why are the Woodwoses like hiding T. Lawrence and
why do Woodwose be like that?
What is it about T. Lawrence that the Woodwoses love so much?
Yeah, that they want to hide.
You know, the Woodwoses go, you may not know the secrets of T. Lawrence. I'm like, why not? Why can't I know about the secrets of T. Lawrence? I mean, he sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But the Woodwoses
not as interesting as this guy with Bosra.
Honestly, he sounds like Jack Star. And
no, he doesn't. He sounds like Bruce. You're probably that folksy. Is it the folksy way of talking? You're probably wondering about blah blah. It's just I can't stand that. It drives me nuts.
Let me paint you a picture. Imagine, if you will.
Yeah.
Picture in your mind a Bosra rotating in a three-dimensional plane. Now, open up the slice of that Bosra, and how many seeds do you see inside that apple? Well, actually, it's not an apple, it's a Bosra. And if you eat it, God will kill you on the day of vengeance, which lasts 1.5 years, which is 18 months. That's a day of vengeance.
Why did he say 1.5 years? Why can't he say 18 months? Like, nobody ever calls it 1.5 years.
Schizophrenics do, because they're stupid.
Yeah.
I hate schizophrenics. Schizophrenics die, God laughs. Do you think, like, when Terry Davis finally got killed by the glow-in-the-darks, God was laughing? He's like, finally.
He was glad to have him back in his bosom, wasn't he? Because Temple OS would have destroyed the universe.
Well, Temple OS was the third temple, so he fulfilled biblical prophecy by making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we done a bit.
Terry Davis.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just waiting for my milk penis to fall off, and so the new penis could come in.
So you can get over. You can be cured of penis cancer.
Yeah, you
can recover from it. Yeah,
he recovered.
Yeah,
he saw a picture of Kim in her younger days, and so I'll give her one.
Kim's beach photos with her in a swimsuit, I bet, in a bikini.
Kim from How Clean Is Your House from 2003. If you're listening to our show, send us a message.
Craig Wilson, hold on. Craig Wilson said his mate lost half of his ear in a car crash. They call him 6 months.
What?
Half an ear, isn't it?
I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
God, Dad, please.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, How Clean Is Your House? I think I'm gonna watch some How Clean Is Your House when this is over.
Yeah, is that better than the Ching Chong lady?
Sexy time with Hobbit. Yeah, fucking.
Oh, Marie Kondo's. She can't hold a candle to Kim and Aggie. She's boring.
Oh, it's like that fucking Victoria, the dog trainer. She's awful. There was one where the dogs used to eat the dog poo. Her way of fixing this was you put little flags in the dog poo. So you run around after your dog putting flags in the dog poo.
And the dogs go, you flagged that. I'll save that for later then.
Flagged it for later.
Did she think like Minesweeper was dog training? So you just mark any dog dirt with a flag.
Yeah, just put your flag in it. She now owns all of those dog poos, dog eggs.
Yeah, but you know that thing in Minesweeper where you think you've like safely like flagged an area where the landmine is, and then you click next to it and it's actually got the landmine and you die.
Yeah.
Does she do that where she puts like a flag in a bit of dirt and then she steps on the dog dirt that was just next to the flag? Is this woman just like, she saw Minesweeper, just like, you know what, I feel I can make this into a television show. People watch this
There was also one where she tried to train a dog, but it was still vicious, and she goes, "Nah, it's fuck, mate. You're gonna have to put that down."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
success.
What?
Another win.
What a
Another win
cow.
for Victoria.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
Alright,
What if we put her down?
Yeah.
need a pizza.
See how she likes it.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
why don't you go to Bosra then?
Right, I'm knackered, and Hobbit's obviously been on cocaine today, so I'm going to have to put an end to this show.
Coca-Cola.
Hobbit's obviously done, like, the same... Obviously been out partying with Joel Silver, so that's why he's fucking talking like this.
We'll be talking about Demolition Man 2.
That's a shame we never got Demolition Man 2. Or Demolition
you
Man
even
versus
do?
Blade.
Yeah, that'd have been all right.
Yeah. Anyway.